I think that anytime you sit in a new situation like this, and especially for Wilkinson who had to travel, it's always a bit uncomfortable. And I think what we saw from Kazuki was really just starting out nerves and maybe some inexperience showing. So yeah, let's see how they do it today. We're still waiting for Mochy to start his live stream, I guess. Let me just refresh my. No, we're live from Tokyo. Let me go on to the screen here and let me put on the video.
It's raining, by the way. Backgammon setting, so yeah.
Okay, so Mochy is interviewing the players. He's interviewing Kazuki in Japanese. Kazuki doesn't really speak English. And Seb doesn't really speak anything but English. I guess that's not true. I think he knows a bit of Spanish. He's been living in Ibiza for some years.
まあ今スコアがセバスチャンが4点で、カズキが1点なので、まあ3点
Yeah, so we're just gonna
今日負けてしまうと
wait until the match starts.
なりますね。はい。まあイーブンぐらいまあ勝ち越さないとそうですね。はい。まあシリーズの盛り上がりのためにもぜひはい頑張ってください。今日はso we're gonna play 3 matches today.
Yeah.
Yeah, match 4 to 6, and everything it will be streamed with commentary by Michi-san for Japanese, and for English version is done by Marc Olsen, like yesterday. So hope you enjoyed. Thank you.
Yeah, and Marc Olsen and Dirk Schiemann.
All right, let's go.
Okay, so they're ready to get going. Yep. And notice that the players have switched side today. So now we're gonna see Wilkinson play on top with the black checkers and Kazuki play at the bottom with the white checkers. Do you have the live stream going, Dirk, as well?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And yeah, we'll just have to see if we are synchronized with that, or if one of us has to pause for a second.
Yes, I think we're gonna find out. We can synchronize when the match starts going. Oh, now they have this. Have they set the XG summary stats correctly in the left corner? I think they have. Notice that they've changed the cost calculation today to match winning chances cost rather than total equity cost.
Yeah, actually that would be maybe also a cool feature or a competition to evaluate, put emphasis on who gives away more equity or less equity, because then let's say you can play quicker in the beginning of the match and slower in the end, because in the end in close situations like at DMP it costs a lot more to make a mistake, and so that's how I usually try to organize my time, to have some time left for when it really matters match winning chances wise. And but then if you play for PR, you cannot do that. You have to invest as much as you can also in the first game, which is match winning chances wise not that important.
That's
but
true.
I don't know.
That's true.
Okay.
So we're off to match number 4, and the total score so far is 4 to Wilkinson and 1 to Kazuki. So Kazuki is really a big underdog now. He needs to go out and win some
yeah, but it was only because of his 3 losses.
That's true.
PR wise, they were basically tied.
Exactly. Yeah. And yesterday we saw that. Oh wait, let me just.
Good move by Kazuki.
I guess.
Guess Sebastian has to hit and bring one man down.
Yeah, that's not a difficult move. Two, 4. So what do you play here, Dirk?
I think I'd come in on the 23 and play 13.
Yeah, this
9.
Is a bit
9.
big, isn't it?
Yeah, because with the 5-point mate, the builder on the 11 is really a little bit devaluated.
Yeah, and we have the 10 checkers in the zone, so you put yourself under the gun here. Yeah. As we see, we do get the hit from Wilkinson. Kazuki made half a blunder there. And notice as well that they've changed the error margins in Extreme Gammon. So now we have the blunder setting for 60 millipoint.
Okay,
so that will be a red blunder.
So red is pretty bad.
Yes,
now.
Red is pretty bad now. And the error margin for the green moves are set at 10 millipoints.
Okay, so if it's below 1%, it's not considered an error that seems to be reasonable.
Wilkinson just made a small mistake, or half a blunder actually. He should have played that ugly safe play with 4 to 3, simply because it's too much to come out with the 6s when all the numbers are diversified to hit.
And are we in cube action territory? Yeah, I think so, because White can make a prime, Kazuki can make a prime.
Yeah, you called it, Dirk. It is indeed a very solid cube, yes, and also a solid take.
Good double. So Kazuki starts out really sharp.
Yeah, they've made half a blunder each, but do you think we're gonna see the game 1 syndrome today, Dirk, or do you think that since they played so many hours yesterday that they're gonna come in much better prepared for the first game?
I think they should be a little bit more relaxed, more used to the environment. So I think at least it's less likely, but you never know. But
we see the big play here. Yeah, it was a mistake. It was too big.
That's looks nice.
The double force.
What was the what was the correct move? I only saw it just like.
The right idea was to come in and make the 4-point, and then that would leave you with a blood on the 8, and the last 4 would have to be played to the 4-point as well. So again, a bit of an ugly move from Extreme Gammon.
So Sebastian is erring on the pure side, so to speak.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, fight for the outfield.
What about this one?
Okay, I guess you got a hit.
I think so too. Even though you like
to come down, I don't see anything else.
Yeah. I think it's a 4-3, but the die landed just where we get the reflection of the
I saw it a little bit after you were talking, so maybe you were a little bit ahead of me.
Okay, let me just stop and start for 1 second. Okay, there we go.
So, there we get already the solution. So I really have to pay attention to when I'm thinking about my play and the solution is in plain sight.
Yeah, there's a little bit of randomness from the Japanese transcriber.
Okay, very important, the second anchor.
He does have a game going here, Wilkinson. It's not over yet.
Yeah, with cube ownership, he should feel quite comfortable.
Yeah, cube ownership, and he has that advanced anchor on the 21 point. Very crucial.
Yeah, to circulate any checkers, to recirculate them if they get hit.
Exactly. He doesn't really have timing enough to play a back game here. He's still trying to play a forward game. Oh, what about this one? It's an outfield hit. He gotta leave the anchor.
But he's got a stronger board and.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good play.
I mean,
from Wilkinson.
that's what you said before. I mean, that's not his game plan to settle for a back game. I mean, plenty of ways to win this forward.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And we see the touch move rules, so that's why Kazuki is thinking here. We're not gonna see his thoughts, logic play out by moving checkers. He's gonna think and then he's gonna make a move.
Yeah, hopefully he will hit. The idea of hitting is of trying to force the opponent into some sort of back game and just relieving the pressure. Otherwise, if he makes the anchor, he could easily end up in some sort of mutual holding game with inferior timing or something like that. And I guess also the hitting play should win way more gammon. So he is using his time bank. I think, quite an important decision. So don't fault him for that.
Yes. I just had some comments that the Japanese comments were in the background. If it was possible to mute it. The comment from Jad Abdallah, was it during the interview from Mochy, Jad, or was it during the actual match play? Because I prefer to have the match sound going. So I'm gonna put on some sound again from the board. No, sorry, now I hear it. Yeah, I have to mute it. It's true, we've been running with some background noise from the Japanese commentary stream. Kazuki is using his second time bank here.
Yeah, he's like a little bit frozen. I mean, that's a risky proposition to use many time banks that early in the match, because you just don't know how much longer it will take.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Kazuki made an oversight yesterday. He missed a hit and it was a 500 blunder. So today he's not gonna, but he has to make a move now. You don't want to use your third time bank.
Yeah.
Oh, he does make the right play. Good.
At least good investment.
Yes.
On Kazuki's side.
Yeah. Justin Nowell says hit outside looks clear. Denies them the bar. Yeah, I agree. And you just want to trap as many checkers behind your prime as possible. I guess the thing Kazuki was thinking about was that he doesn't really like to come in on the 23 point because he kind of primes himself. 5-3.
Indeed, but now a great roll gets him more air to breathe, and now it will be really difficult for Sebastian to go forward, but he still, he chooses the better anchor for the back game. Good play.
Very good play. Also a good play by Kazuki.
Yeah.
He had the choice of playing flexible or playing tight.
Yeah, with these 6 checkers back, he is not afraid actually of getting blitzed or anything really bad happening.
And now we see some recirculation from Wilkinson to preserve mobility and avoid crunch.
And that's still a hit, but as you can see, the quiet play is already close second, because at some point Kazuki has to worry about destroying Wilkinson's timing.
Exactly.
Double
That's what
threes.
he's trying to do.
Yeah, like this move here, going for the 5 prime and just slotting the 3 instead of making it.
Yeah, he did find that play. That's a beautiful move, huh?
Yeah, that really shows that he learned his lessons well from Mochy.
Even Mochy posted a comment. 9 and 3 slot. Good one, Mochy. He called it. Oh, that was a mistake. That was a big mistake.
Yeah.
Wilkinson just made a big blunder.
Yeah, he was going for the bait that the trap
Yes.
that Kazuki set, and yeah,
Yes, he went for the bait. And the thing is, with these back game positions, look, it was a 226 blunder. This one, it's
yeah.
huge.
Yeah, and now Kazuki continues to try to recirculate, and you already see now some punishment for
yes.
Sebastian's play.
But Kazuki made a blunder here. He should have come out to the bar. He shouldn't allow himself to get primed down on the 23 point. He's giving himself a very bad double six next time. And bad double fours as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
but those
there
positions
it is,
are really
6-4.
difficult to play. Still, I like what I see from Kazuki, how he's trying to approach this game. Although, yeah, already a little bit of punishment for the bad move.
Exactly. Kazuki made a big mistake allowing himself to get primed. He could have just jumped out straight to the 18 point.
Yeah, I didn't pay attention either, but you're absolutely right.
That's the thing about these back game positions, that it's very easy to make a blunder. Timing is of critical essence, and you have to play really accurate.
Yeah, here you can see another difficulty with the time settings for the players, because in a normal time setting, maybe I would invest 5 minutes on that game, which is not possible in this setting. So they have normally they have to make their decision within 30 seconds, which is not always adequate for those type of games. So it's really difficult more difficult here in a game like this.
Yeah, well played, Wilkinson. 3-1 from the bar, establishing the 3-4 back game rather than the 2-4 back game.
Yeah, and now he has to hope for some sixes to
recirculate. Yeah. Wilkinson is on the verge of crunching his front position, so in order to avoid that, he needs to activate those back checkers and come out with a 6.
Interesting that you put a third checker on the 22. No, don't do that. Yeah. Just in case, because in some variations now Kazuki might be able to squeeze you off the second anchor.
Yeah,
and if you have 3 checkers there, that won't happen. I mean, with the two extra checkers on the 4, it's already enough to secure coming out with 6s. So he should have left that third checker on the 22.
Yeah, very good analysis, Dirk. 2-1, you make the 4, I think, just to preserve flexibility. Or you could even
try to kill 5s.
Yeah, you could even clear the 6 point as well, just to kill the 5s. Okay, he makes the flexible move.
Yeah, and
the problem for Wilkinson here is he doesn't have the timing. He's not really down enough in the race, and worse, he has 7 checkers stuck that can't move. So he's about to crunch his home board.
Another very, very well played move by Kazuki, leaving the blot there for because he wants to get hit actually if Sebastian happens to roll a 6. So he left the blot there. Very good.
Very good play, huh? And we see the crunch is coming to Wilkinson. A very ugly double 3 to force him to crunch. Joshua Riddle says, a back game by 2 exceptionally strong players, and I get to see it. Christmas for me has come early. That's good. I think it's not an error, so no reason to comment on it. Yes. Are we gonna see an early blood leaving play here, Dirk?
Yeah, I would probably make the 2 point. I mean, the force should be terrible. Here it comes. Yeah, it's right.
Making the
so that's what I meant with very good play. Trying to punish Sebastian for not leaving a third checker on the 22.
Very good play. And we see the crunch continues from Wilkinson. And as we all know, there's nothing worse in backgammon than to be stuck in a back game with a crunched home board. So he's really getting slashed here. We see the winning chances are up to the 94% now for Kazuki if he finds the right play here, which is to clear the 8 point.
And 60% gammons.
Yes, that's huge.
Yeah, and again the right play. So
good play.
Kazuki is really avoiding the syndrome this time, it seems.
Yes. I really like the way that Kazuki has played this game. He just made one rather big error, which could have been avoided, since it's just a pretty clear principle that you don't want to prime yourself when you're playing the back game. You want to just come out to preserve your prime. And he violated that one, but except for that single move, he's been really playing well this game. Yeah, he's just getting slaughtered here, Wilkinson, in a crunched back game.
Yeah, and just Kazuki.
Is that
I would have made the play. I mean, he just wants to clear aggressively. And
yes, good play.
Do you mind getting hit with a 4? No, of course not. Then you can pick up all the blots, attack.
Yeah.
So
is he gonna hit with the 4? It's close. It's very close.
Yeah.
Yes, very good play again by Kazuki. He seems sharp today, huh?
Yeah.
He seems really sharp today. Okay, he opts for the no hit. Fair enough.
Yeah, can understand that. Oh, double threes! Worst!
Oh, that's bad. The worst. Yeah.
So Kazuki is trying to roll for the spectators here. Okay, now hit and cover. Oh,
what a roll!
Now they both have 3-point boards, and I guess Wilkinson's winning chances must have gotten 4-3. Yeah. Okay, so it was crucial for Kazuki not to stay out, and I don't know what he's thinking, but because I think he has to come in and hit. Right?
The transcriber made an error.
Okay.
That's the thing.
Okay, so didn't see that. So Kazuki gets some extra time to think about the 4-3, which is not so useful because the 4-3 is a very clear hit.
Yes.
So if Wilkinson manages to pick up the second checker, which he does.
Yes, it's not over yet. Yeah. He actually has 33% winning chances in this position. Wow. It's just because he now has 2 blots.
And he got that right. Actually, this is a very bad PR position for both of them, especially for Wilkinson with all this, with only 30 seconds to always have to think how to distribute all these checkers to contain Kazuki's checkers, so very, very difficult to play.
I agree, super difficult.
Yeah, and he finds the right move, so...
Yeah, pretty good. Not easy. And what about this one, Kazuki?
Probably all... 18, 16, 6-2, okay. Investing one of your spare checkers on the 6-point because stepping up into the double shot is just too costly.
Yeah, I hope that Kazuki doesn't spend a time bank here.
Yeah.
He didn't. And now Wilkinson is thinking about...
3-1.
3-1, sorry.
Yeah, ace, another builder bearing on the 6-point. And now 5-1. Kazuki, should he make... Yeah, no, he shouldn't make the no, don't make the anchor, but it's not such a big deal.
It's a very difficult move.
Yeah.
I think he's excused.
Yeah. I'm really happy that I just have to comment on this game and not to play it myself. Yeah, Kazuki, hurry up! You don't know when you. No, it's Wilkinson. Yeah, I'm still confused because now they switched sides. So
Yes. Wilkinson is spending one of his time banks here. Yeah, he can might as well lean back now. He has 1 minute to come up with a move. And interestingly enough, this is actually a clear play. Everything but making the 18 point is a blunder. Really? Is that really the case? That's like you've got to come out here with both checkers making the 18 point.
Yeah, there is like sort of a natural resistance towards giving up an anchor when you expect a lot more hitting going on. So it's just really counter to what you want to do.
Yes.
So it's really tough, very tough to find. So I wouldn't fault him at all if he doesn't find it.
Yes, because the thing is that usually you want to keep this anchor as far back as possible to maximize contact. Yeah. But at the same time, he doesn't want to have all of his front checkers moving too fast.
Yeah.
So the only balanced move there was to come out and make the 18 point. Okay, perhaps.
Yeah, I don't quite get. Yes, it was a pretty big mistake. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's something to do with the way his outfield checkers were connected, kind of like making a ghost outside prime somehow.
Yeah, yeah, and to cover all quadrants well.
Yes.
I mean, okay, very very crucial for Kazuki to come in. I mean, the anchor won't last long. So now Wilkinson, I think, should play in maybe. No, yeah, play in. Oh. Bury another checker. That is also counter-intuitive, and that probably I would have made that mistake as well because. But Wilkinson actually doesn't need a closed board to win this game. I mean, just keep on hitting Kazuki's checkers, and at some point, even with a 4-point board against 2 checkers, you'll have a recube. So he doesn't need to take risks for purity's sake.
Yes, and the race is not that far behind now, so that's why maybe just like one more hit from Wilkinson, and if he fans here Kazuki,
if he fans, I mean that should be that should be
the race is even.
I would say I wouldn't feel comfortable in Kazuki's shoes if I got recubed here.
I agree. It would be a nasty four cube.
Come on, do it.
It's even a pass. Wow, it's a big blunder not to recube this one.
Yeah, it's high volatility, and now he can play on.
Yes. Oh, he missed a big recube there, Wilkinson. Exactly, the volatility was so high, and Kazuki's position has deteriorated so much.
And he can still he can still play on him. How can Kazuki win this game? I mean, even if he comes in with a 5, he has to leave the anchor. He's already down in the race, so that was just a. But maybe he takes. I mean, we have seen that action in the last matches that one guy was waiting too long to double, and then it was too good, and he doubled, and the other one took. So
we saw it twice yesterday. Not quite with 2 good positions, but big passes.
Well, okay, good news for Kazuki. At least he is almost assured 1 point in this match, I would say.
Yes, very complicated.
So he can play. It's 2 points for him if he can turn around the match or nothing, basically.
Yeah. I think that both players actually played this game quite well, except for Wilkinson's missed cube in the second last roll.
Yeah, and hitting that checker and destroying his timing.
That's true. That one as well. But at least that was these backgame moves are not easy.
Yeah, absolutely. And in all this outfield in the later stages, as I said, when it started and Wilkinson had to move around his checkers, I mean, those mistakes, they are very hard to avoid, or almost impossible.
Yes, I agree. So all in all, I thought that both players looked quite sharp in that game. especially Kazuki. I think Wilkinson didn't really know the race in the position. I think if he had played online on Backgammon Galaxy, he would have found the recube because the race would be there. But I think that he didn't really have the race under control. So it was one of those positions where you probably would have found the right action if it was an online match.
Yeah, I agree.
5-3, do you come out?
Yes, I think. What's the pip? Yeah.
It's a clear play. Aha.
Very good roll. Hit,
Super roll.
make the 4, make the 9. I would. Yeah. No. Okay.
Yeah, that's
that
the
was-
human move. The extreme gammon wants to play it safe to keep volatility down to cube next roll.
Yeah. So yeah, there would have been 2 more shots.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Or the. Okay. And now being down, up 9. Yeah, I would cube.
It looks like a cube to me. Yes, it's a big cube. I think he's gonna find this cube. I don't.
Yeah.
It's not.
I mean,
that
he's
difficult.
down. Volatility is very high. There's a second blot that he can pick up if his attack goes well. So
He's up 9 pips, Dirk.
yeah, he's up 9 pips. Oh, I misspoke. And yeah, everything is working in his favor. He's got the anchor. So even at an even score,
Yeah,
it should be a cube.
I agree. You have
Yeah.
11 checkers in the zone, ready to make the blitz, and you have a lot of purity, a very nice pure structure. You have good flexibility. You have the advanced anchor. The only thing you don't have. Wow, that's that was bad.
Yeah, especially because that seemed like just a. I mean, you pointed it all out. You made all the check marks for a standard initial cube. And
Yes, he had market losers.
Yeah.
He even had 4 shots to make the outside hit.
Yeah.
That was really bad.
Yeah. And now it doesn't matter what Wilkinson plays because if after correct cube action.
But it could be one of those again, Dirk, where we see the missed cube from one player,
Yeah.
and then he gets tricked into taking.
Yeah, I mean the fact that he's thinking indicates that he's probably thinking he has still got to take.
Yeah. This was an illegal move. He hasn't figured out he made an illegal move. He played 11-2.
Okay.
It was supposed to be 13-2.
Okay, so now all bets are off because with the illegal move that is not in the evaluation. I mean, it might be still not.
There's the cube.
Yeah, but
He's
that's a
cubing
smart
in
play
illegal
because
position.
now at least he doesn't have an outfield blot. If he had played 13-2, but it's still a big pass. So
It's a huge pass. Yeah, he missed his market. Okay, he does pass it up.
Yeah, I'm glad to see that.
Which goes to show that Wilkinson probably knew that Kazuki just missed a huge double the roll before. Yeah, first sign of weakness from Kazuki in this match. And he even spent one of his time banks on it.
Yeah, even worse.
So for those of you who didn't watch the live stream yesterday and aren't familiar with the clock rules, they have 30 seconds per decision. And if they go above the 30 seconds, they will use one of their 7 time banks, 1 minute time banks. And as we see, Kazuki has already spent 3 of them. He has 4 left, and Wilkinson has 5 left.
Yeah. Kazuki's position is not threatening enough for you to want to play the really ugly 13-6. That's funny because Wilkinson made all his errors so far by playing too pure, and now he goes to the other extreme.
Yes, that's a good point. I really have no idea why he made that move. It's basically, I dare you to find an opening sequence where 13-6 is the right play.
Yeah.
It's like you really have to
Yeah.
have no other alternatives.
Yeah, it's usually when the opponent's back checkers are split, like the opponent splits with a 5-1 and you escape with a 6-5, and then
Even then, it's like you unless it's a direct shot you're leaving, then there I would dare to say that there are no plays.
we already missed some cube action.
Oh, Kazuki. Ah, yeah, Kazuki.
Yeah, it made both 5 points again.
Exactly.
Very commanding lead.
Good prime
commanding
structure.
lead in the positional department. Some threats. So a small initial cube that we missed.
Yes.
Not anymore, of course, because Wilkinson has stabilized his position.
Well, I wouldn't fault him for cubing that one either, but this time it's not a double. But what about now? There it is. Okay, so he has a lot of prime value. He has 11 checkers in the zone versus one man back. Yes, and this is a clear double, and also a clear take. Wilkinson still has a lot of raise value. He's up 3 pips, and there still is quite a lot of contact with that anchor on the 20 point that has to find his way back. He does take it. Well played.
Yeah, good take. And
what about this 4-3?
The 4-3. The first instinct is always okay against one checker you want to hit. So break the 9.
Really?
That doesn't look. Yeah, you want to hit against the one checker.
Yeah. That wasn't a good move.
Probably Kazuki was a little bit worried because the race is so close, so getting hit back is really costly here.
Okay, wasn't that bad actually. It was a small error. That's true. That's a good point, Dirk. Since the race is this close, it's very costly to get hit. Let's see if he can start now he has to do it.
Yeah.
Now he has
also those checkers, extra checkers, don't have anywhere else to go, so that's positionally sound, and he gets his returns. He misses, so yeah.
I agree.
Yes, me too. Cannot.
It was a blunder.
No, but it was a blunder. He had to continue with the attack against the one checker, so we all would have made a blunder because we are just playing too much for optics, and just doesn't look nice to break the 8 point.
Exactly.
But the tactical reasons are clear. I mean, Blood in the home board, you've got the stronger board, man in the zone.
He had
if you think about it rationally and not from the optics.
He had a blood on his 3 point, right?
Yeah, he still had the blood.
Yes, that makes a big difference.
Yeah. Very well played by Wilkinson, declining to hit, and because that would break his position open. And now I guess
it's a clear play.
Okay. 13-7, threatening the prime, very good.
And send the second checker back.
3-4, great roll, so Kazuki is in trouble. So I think we are watching another really interesting game. Yeah, now it's too costly to hit, especially now Wilkinson has a strong board as well, so as to where, and also 5s are duplicated for Wilkinson, so it's only really 5s that
and 6s are really ugly
that help him in the defense.
Kazuki is re-established the 13 point, which is obviously good, and he gave ugly 6s to Wilkinson.
So
5-4.
5-4. So probably.
Oh, that was a small error. Actually,
is there anything better than hitting and stepping up to the 20? Yeah, right play. Yeah, and he made it. Very good.
Yeah. I think now you are half a second ahead, Dirk.
Okay, so I will pause.
Roberto Litzenberger says, breaking to hit at last, not plastic in the ocean. I'm not sure I get that one.
Yeah.
It sounds like a cool expression, but I don't get it.
You were excused at 7 a.m. because me neither, so I'm glad you said it. Okay, back to the game. Couple of standard moves.
Yes.
And now Kazuki will play to his midpoint, I suppose.
No, there's a more flexible version.
Oh, okay, yeah. There, we got a blot in the home board, but it's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. It's just a cool play.
Yeah.
Keep it flexible. Optimize.
Duplicating uses.
Yeah, optimizing.
Yeah, and control. Also having more control. Now he would have gotten a double shot.
Exactly. And he misses. He would have hit if he'd had that double coverage.
Yeah.
Roberto says, I call dumping checkers into the inner board, throwing plastic into the ocean. Just don't do it.
Okay.
Okay, good one.
Yeah, so that's a perfect position for Sebastian, owning the cube and being ahead, and it's just a simple 5-point holding game. But he has to. That we are in market territory now.
He lost his market.
Yeah, but he couldn't have doubled. The standard would have been to bring that checker home safely, that blot, and after that you can consider doubling. Now, of course, it's a clear pass.
Yes, huge pass. 29
I don't think Kazuki. The only thing you shouldn't do is wasting a time bank on that.
Yes.
Yeah, he doesn't, of course. Yeah, he looks a little bit annoyed now, like a little bit frustrated.
Yeah, that was kind of lucky from Wilkinson. He went.
Yeah,
from no
it's also the
pass.
second game in this match. I mean, the first game of the match was even crueler. Yeah. But it looks like I mean he's not on the board yet. What is game wins concerned, and now he gets into commanding positions, and
I don't like the 3-1.
Always seems to happen something.
I don't like the 3-2 Kazuki played in the opening. You're down 4-1 to 7. I like to play it aggressively and take 2 down from the midpoint. More checkers to the blitz, more checkers to the prime. Your offensive game plans. But he just made the standard big split, major split, and come down with a deuce.
Yeah. Well, XG doesn't think it's so bad, but those are all minor differences. But
what? Is that the right idea?
Yeah.
It's a small error. Okay.
Yeah.
The normal play, making the deuce point, would still be a slightly bit better. But Wilkinson is trying to take advantage of the 2 blots in Kazuki's home board to make a pure play,
which is usually the right idea. Maybe it's even a score thing that Wilkinson's play was wrong, because Wilkinson basically should play simple. And
an ugly fan from Kazuki. Yeah, but because of the score, Wilkinson can't cube it yet. This is a volatile gammonish positions with low winning chances and high gammon chances. So not exactly the type of position that Wilkinson is looking to cube in.
Yeah. If the scores were reversed, the cube would be flying.
That was a big one.
But Wilkinson chose a blunder. I mean, Wilkinson really seems to be trying to exploit those blots in Kazuki's home board, and maybe he goes a little bit too far in that.
He did. It was an overplay because it's still just a 2-point board versus 2-point board.
Yeah, puts himself under pressure unnecessarily, it seems. So, making the anchor.
And that's obvious, making the anchor. And now, good play. Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess he was thinking about making the loose hit.
Yeah, and now Wilkinson is scrambling to put his position together. He's got lucky. I mean,
Yes.
now again he's back into
That was a good roll.
holding game, and actually he advanced his rear anchor 2 pips, so gained something. But yeah, it was just too risky. So
Yes, the position stabilized, and now we have a mutual holding game where Wilkinson has the race lead and also the most advanced back anchor, and therefore he's trying to clear his checkers while Kazuki still wants to keep the contact and try to hit the turnaround shot. It was a small mistake, the 5-4 from Wilkinson. I guess it was a little bit too inflexible. Or should he have made the pay now move?
no, I don't think so. I mean, no reason.
Yeah. He still has plenty of constructive
Yeah,
moves.
XG sometimes really likes this spreading out blots moves and to cover them later,
And we see the reason now, the reason why now, right? It's already
Yeah.
a bit inflexible for Wilkinson.
Yeah, because Wilkinson, when he made the point, he would have gotten a shot anyhow. So there was no way Kazuki could have exploited his weakness in Wilkinson's homeboard. So and maybe later on, Kazuki will have to give something, and then Wilkinson's board has to be strong. So that's the reasoning for spreading out the blots to cover them later. So, for example, in this position, you really don't like to have all those blots lying around. So now Kazuki can move with a lot more freedom.
Good points.
So what will he do? Will he give up?
Okay.
Yeah, but very well played.
I agree. Oh, that's an ugly 6-5. How is he gonna play this one? It's too much to give make the
I think,
hit.
I mean, if he leaves the shot, also what would be interesting, even if he plays safe, maybe Kazuki wants to.
He has to play safe.
Cube. It wants to cube at some point, because if he rolls awkward again, I don't know. It could be at some point.
I think he needs the shot. I think he needs the shot to cube.
Yeah.
Or else Wilkinson has to crunch more.
Yeah, a little bit more. So yeah, Kazuki is really thinking how to take advantage of
it's
the
difficult.
weaknesses that Wilkinson has.
How do you play this one, Dirk? Make the ace and come up to the 14?
Make the ace
with 5 to 1.
I would hate to do anything to this beautiful 5-point board. So I would just maybe play from the 16 and here it is. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. 16 and then slot the ace, because that maximizes contact, and what you don't want to do is break the good board. I mean, that's your main asset, and Kazuki missed the chance to exploit the weaknesses in Wilkinson's home board.
Yes, he could have increased the contact by having that blot on his 10-point. This is interesting again. Yet again, Extreme Gammon just wants to play it completely safe. Don't leave any shots. I guess he's thinking about clearing the 6-point. He's not gonna make the hit. It's too much to give 20 shots from the bar.
That would be then inviting Kazuki, really inviting him to double. I mean,
he's spending one of his time banks.
Okay, but we don't know what he's thinking about. If it's clearing the 6 or if he's considering hitting at all.
Oh, there's the pick and pass play as well. That's gotta be better at least. That's
what I was referring to. But
sorry, that's 13 shots, but it's just too much to leave a direct shot when
and with
getting
2
hit
blots
would be
and
certain death.
Then you're inviting your opponent to cube you on all the volatility. Even if you survive and the opponent dances, it's still so much work to.
Yeah. Never leave a shot when your opponent has this strong 5-point board and you're crunched if you can avoid it. Yeah, I like his play.
Okay.
It's
Yeah. That's okay. I mean, important. So I guess he was just thinking on how to proceed and wasn't considering hitting, but we won't know. So any chances for Kazuki to play big? No, he's just waiting patiently to get a shot. And that's a great role for Wilkinson, because now Kazuki has to move something. I don't know what he's thinking.
That's such an easy move. What is he thinking about? It's a great shot. I guess he's considering hitting again, but no.
Okay, so he was probably considering hitting. No, don't do it. You had such a great move. The other guy is on the verge of. No, he did it. Now he has. Kazuki has to double now.
Yes, this is a huge cube. Obviously, 13 winners on the, and I think Seb realizes that he made a mistake, and
so now we know on his other time bank he was considering hitting as well.
Yes, this is
now it's official.
Now it's official. It's closing in to be embarrassing with the Wilkinson's PR at the moment.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
even if he wins the game, the match, he will be really disappointed. I think
he will. Yeah, he will definitely be very disappointed.
And no reason to recube. Still, a lot of work to do.
Yes, that's the thing.
And he should make the 7 from 10 to 7. Yes, so at least now he is avoiding the gammon risk. That's. I wanted to say it's almost well deserved. But Kazuki wins this game. Also, if Kazuki is managing to win 2 points in this match, that would leave the title up for grabs again. I mean, then it would be 4-3, because the PR point he's now sure to get. So
yes, that's for sure. And hope, and he could still get lucky and win a gammon in this one.
Yeah.
He has around 6 or 7% gammon wins here, since Wilkinson still has 2 checkers here in the outfield, even though it's as close to home as possible.
So double aces. Just bring the checker in or be flexible. Be flexible. Well, it doesn't matter really. It doesn't really make sense to discuss a lot about 0.1% differences. Is there any rule when you bring the checker in or when you play flexible? I don't know. This is clearly the correct play.
Yeah.
Take them off and hope to win a gammon. So it seems like jet lag is still taking its toll.
Yes.
Although today Wilkinson looks better, at least on more.
I wrote him late last night European time, and I saw his message this morning when I woke up 5:30, and he said that he had to check out of the hotel at 10 a.m. Japanese time, so he didn't really get to sleep in, so he didn't get a full night's sleep yet again.
Okay, so he's excused.
Yeah, but he did say that he was gonna spend a bit more time in this match on his move and make sure that he was playing very deliberately. But it's just too much of a disadvantage if you aren't well rested and your brain is not fresh.
Yeah, I mean those are mistakes. I think with a clear mind, Wilkinson wouldn't even consider the move that he just made, hitting. I mean, I think he would have just closed his board, especially since it was the perfect time to get to not leave anything and make the board stronger, because Kazuki was stripped in the outfield. So either he had to run or to break his midpoint or break his board. So that is, yeah. Sometimes it's really hard to understand what players are thinking, and sometimes in the after analysis, when I see what kind of mistakes I'm making, it's also really hard to remember what I was thinking when making the big mistake. So maybe it would be interesting in the end of the challenge to comment some of the crucial plays of the matches.
I agree. We should do
with the players, so what they were thinking, if they remember, or so now the stream has paused on my.
Yeah, mine as well. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, now I'm on again, so I hope we are synchronized. So this is a very interesting score, because Kazuki has to be extremely aggressive in gammonish positions with the cube. Yeah. That is.
Oh, what about this 6-4? Is it the double hit?
6-4, yeah.
It is the double hit.
There are not any convincing alternatives, and he's protecting the blot on the bar.
Hopefully Wilkinson can get to play his PR a bit down in this game, and if Kazuki manages to win a gammon.
Okay, so now Kazuki, if Wilkinson rolls badly, should be close to a cube already at this score, because
yes, exactly.
Now he has a big positional advantage.
I think this is a cube.
This has to be a cube, yeah.
It's even a pass, as we see with the sorry.
You can make if he makes the correct play, but positionally is just Kazuki, do it. You know Kazuki. Those positions. I mean, you know the score.
Yeah, this is such an easy cube. At this score, 4 away, 3 away. Yeah. You gotta be aggressive. You gotta be super aggressive in this position, and this is just the type of position that you like.
Yeah.
Your opponent already buried 4 checkers. You have great timing. You have the prime value, and your opponent is still trapped on the 24 point.
Yeah.
This is such an easy cube.
Yeah, I always say to my students, before they start the new game, they should be aware of the features of the score and the cube action. So to be mentally prepared, to just not overlook such an obvious cube in the heat of the moment. So when you are playing a match, before you start the game, you should know what's going on.
I agree. It's good advice.
So now, because of the gammons, he lost his market. I mean, that shows how big a cube it was. I mean, it just doesn't take anything to lose your market with the gammon value of 1.
I was very happy about Kazuki's play in the beginning of the match, but it's like he could have played a 1.5 in this match so far. Mm-hmm. I think he should have played a 1.5, but it's the errors he's made are quite obvious, I think. So I'm not that happy.
Yeah, I would be rooting for the match to continue at least 2 or 3 games more, so that Wilkinson can get his PR at least below, let's say 8 would be already an achievement. If you're at 11 right now in the match.
I think it's realistically that if he plays well from now on, he can get below an 8.
Yeah, but only if this is not the last game, which it might easily become.
Yeah.
So far nothing special. Kazuki has to hit, of course.
Yes, but I think we're closing in.
At this score, one has to be slightly more aggressive.
I would say you have to be quite a bit more aggressive at three-way, especially in gammonish positions.
Yeah, but at least in the gammonish positions now, if you double the gammon value is what? It's like 0.5, like in money games. So you don't get into these situations where you have to give super early cubes, like at the other score when you are 4 away. So it was frozen for a second here.
Yeah, it's because the transcriber is using the XG++ to analyze. It's really annoying. I have to tell Mochy that they shouldn't do it.
Plus is enough. I mean, we are fine with plus. It's still way better than any of us. Okay, awkward roll, but duplication for 4s and 2s. So Kazuki is still favored in this game. So I think, making the 3-point is right. I would have run out instinctively.
Yeah, I agree.
To bring another extra checker on the midpoint.
Mm-hmm.
So now Kazuki will make the 16,
yes,
I suppose, and look for a decent ace.
I think you have to
like
place
6 to 5.
I agree.
6 to 5, because you really don't want to dump a checker on the ace point.
And now we have a boring mutual holding game at our hands.
But at least that maybe gives Sebastian a chance of some PR recovery.
Yes.
Double 4s also.
Yeah, the flexible and robust format down.
Yeah, now he has like 7 checkers to play with.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Okay, small error from Wilkinson. I think he could have made it a bit more flexible. Yeah. Coming down to the 7, slotting the 4 instead.
Yeah, but
usually it's more flexible.
Yeah, and it's also like a pretty standard, right?
I agree.
Yeah, but he just made an insta play, so that is, I think, a sign of really being tired and not 100% focused. Because if you make an insta move, that turns out not to be correct.
Yeah, exactly. It's a tell that they're not playing at their 100%.
So now Kazuki has a chance to... No, it's Wilkinson's roll, so I'm also...
No, but he is pretty close to having a cube because of the race here, but it's...
Yeah, and the market losers are huge. They are very few, but when they come, they are huge, especially at this score, where the take point is slightly higher than for money.
I guess Kazuki is thinking about if there's any value in tidying up your board. I'm not really sure if there is. I think I would prefer just to continue to play super flexible to optimize racing equity, and racing efficiency. But it doesn't seem that he made a mistake, so maybe I was off.
Yeah, but you shouldn't have been off by much.
Yeah, it's probably.
But okay, Wilkinson is already stripped, so maybe Wilkinson has to leave something soon. Like
now he's stripped. Now you want a tight position.
Yeah,
but not last
play.
roll.
I mean, of course you don't volunteer here or anything.
Yeah.
4-1. So this is one of those points. Yeah, well, I think Wilkinson can play.
Wow. The right idea is to clear the 11 point.
Yeah.
Aha.
Yeah.
Because he's down in the race. That's the key. And he has the stronger inner board. Yeah, that's the natural play that most players would make, just making the deuce. But actually he could have cleared the 11 point and preserved flexibility.
Yeah, especially since if he rolls another ace or deuce on the next roll, he's got the same problem, and he really now doesn't want to move any more checkers in his home board.
Yes, exactly.
So, but he rolls a high number, so no problem there. So he just should clear the 11, I suppose. Oh,
nope.
No, 13-3.
Aha.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. You can cover,
You can cover and make the 5-point board.
I would have blundered.
Yeah. I think, Dirk, that if you were sitting at the table and had your mind fully focused, I think you could have found the right move.
Yeah, on a good day, maybe.
Yeah, on a good day. You make your 5-point board versus a 3-point board with 2 blots. So
Yeah, and the 11 point almost keeps as much contact as the midpoint. So
Yeah. Especially because you have the 21 point,
yeah,
so which has the coverage of the 10 point when he comes down with a 6.
yeah, you have covered everything basically.
3-1 was a small mistake as well. 5-1.
So I think he has to play 6-1, 3-2, or I mean he cannot. Yeah.
Good play. Yes, he can't leave a shot. Your opponent is too strong. You're way up in the race.
And also you don't want to now. It is where you don't want to have blots because Wilkinson has to give up something now.
Good point. Exactly. Wilkinson is out of timing, so that's not the time in the game where you want to leave shots around. It's now that you need a tight position.
Yeah, another difficult move to find because, as I said before, tendency is just to keep the anchor. Yeah, that's typical. It doesn't look good for Sebastian in this match.
I think this was a rookie mistake. I wouldn't call it a rookie mistake. It's a mistake that you like if. It's a very typical mistake that Wilkinson just made. This constellation of where you give up the midpoint and still has an anchor trapped deep is just very weak. When you have so much contact in the outfield still, this contact between the mid and the 16 point is very valuable. So I've seen this play so many times that it's better to come off the anchor, especially when the opponent has crunch in his home board, as Kazuki has here.
Some buried checkers reduced flexibility, and it's like psychologically the problem is that Sebastian for sure looked at all of Kazuki's good numbers. But there were also plenty of bad numbers for Kazuki after coming off the anchor.
That's
so
true.
If he had looked at all the bad numbers of Kazuki, a very good double by the way.
Yes.
Now he sees all the market losers, and I think
huge take.
Yeah, huge take, and I think I'm confident he will take it.
I think so too. He's down 14 pips, which means that he still has quite a bit of race value, especially since Kazuki has wasted pips, and there's a lot of contact in this position.
Yeah, and there are already really ugly numbers like 6-1, or even if he just has to play from the 8 point, the contact value is so high here.
Yes.
And you don't lose hardly any gammon, so...
Seb is still yawning and looking tired. He chose to spend another one of his time banks, which makes complete sense. It's a 3-point match now. This is a very crucial decision for the match. I like that you pointed out the tactics, Dirk. I completely agree. The tactics are super important. The opponent would have had several ugly rolls if he came out to the 12 point with the 6-3.
But he found the take.
Good take. Yes.
Sebastian, great roll by Kazuki. So now, is there anything else but hitting and moving on to the 6? I don't think so. Well played.
Yes.
And now Kazuki really has a chance to win 2 points and put pressure on Sebastian for the whole challenge. I mean. What is he thinking? He's thinking about the save move. He's afraid of double fours.
No,
but
it's nothing to be afraid of.
But it's okay that he takes his time. I mean, there's no reason to rush now. So now he can just play 8-6 and 16, 15. Now the gammon threat is becoming real.
Aha, that's true. 27%. And furthermore, it's such a comfortable position for Kazuki in the PR race. because he has easy decisions here. It's difficult to
Yeah,
blunder.
anyhow, even if he blunders now, I mean, how much does he have to blunder to lose the PR?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
It just looked ugly to my eyes. I think 6 to 5 would be a
as
natural
long
play.
as long as he doesn't give the 2 shots,
Yes.
leave the 2 shots, everything is fine.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine the PR that he could have played with proper cube actions.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
He's now at 3.2 or something.
I agree. He should have played a 1 in this match. He shouldn't have made those cubed errors.
So.
And Wilkinson, yeah, it doesn't look good. It's really, really ugly to see an error rate of 11 if Kazuki wins the gammon here.
Yeah, but it's become really unlikely. So Wilkinson's probably still has got at least one game to redeem himself. Okay, interesting. Yeah, he can take 2 checkers off and without leaving anything to Sebastian. I mean, the crucial thing is just here not to leave anything. No, that's just not the right idea. I mean,
yeah, that's half a blunder. It's too much.
Yeah, and especially if the alternative takes 2 checkers off as well and doesn't leave any future shots at all. I mean.
Yeah, he missed out on a great play.
Yeah. So, crossover or not? I guess crossover is worth more than a pip.
Yeah, well played. Small detail. Oof, that's a good shot. That's a good shot. The gammon is still alive. Ooh, 2-1.
I think now you are ahead like a second or something. Was the double aces so important? Because now he is odd.
That's true. That's true. It wasn't that big of a deal. I might have overreacted slightly.
Yeah, you saw a double and so, okay. Now, oops, 6 was up first, but now we get into Crawford.
Yes, and he just they just both agreed that Kazuki would take a checker off on his next roll. No, he just resigns a single. Kazuki just missed out on an action, on a decision. So he would have had.
Wilkinson also missed out on a decision. He could have rolled and taken a checker off. And
it was Wilkinson, of course. It was Wilkinson. Yes, exactly. He would have been at a 10.79 now instead of a 10.82 if he had taken that decision.
Okay.
Aha.
I don't know, from us, you still make the running play. Okay, double fives.
I'm
Could
ahead.
it be ever right to play 13-3? No.
No, you gotta blitz. It's also the best way of winning the game. I'm just ahead 1 second, Dirk, of your stream, so I'm just gonna pause and play in 1 second.
Yeah.
Just to synchronize ours. Break the mountain.
Yeah, bad start for Wilkinson, by the way, because it's tough to gain some PR points if you're on the bar.
Yeah.
So it could easily end up in a closeout and no PR gain at all for, material is coming down. I think 3 down and split into the bar or something. Yeah. But it's close. I mean, it's even reasonable now to bury 1 checker, but I think humans don't do that.
Yeah.
I would be surprised to see, humans just don't do that.
No. Wilkinson needs to enter. Oh, he wants those decisions. What a nightmare game from Wilkinson, just getting trapped on the bar, not able to take
losing the
PR
match.
down.
Now the challenge is wide open again. Really, the worst start that you can imagine for poor Sebastian.
It is. it seems that Kazuki has stepped up his game from yesterday, even though he actually finished off very strongly. And Wilkinson just continues to have a malfunctioning brain. It's not the usual Wilkinson we see here. Playing at an 11. I wonder what the odds would be.
Yeah.
For Wilkinson to play above a 10 in a 7-point match. With
many games, by the way. I mean, it could happen if there's an 8 cube and you badly misplay it, but
he's in.
He's in, so maybe he can do something. So now, decision time for Kazuki. He wants to hit, and pretty much all hits are fine. But he finds the right move, I think. Okay, that terrible. Almost does it for this match. Almost.
I guess you play 23 to 22 with the ace, right?
I mean, sometimes it's even right to just deny the anchor at all.
That's good play.
I like that play.
Wow, it's a really good play. I just assumed that you make the 5
because
point.
if he gets the anchor, then he has this deuce point equity.
I agree.
And Kazuki gets rewarded. He makes the 4, and maybe he can even play. What are these other 3? So he makes the 4. Here we got the. I think those solutions are coming a little bit too quick for my taste.
Yes,
because sometimes it's nice to.
I agree.
To discuss without knowing.
The transcriber sits in the apartment in Japan.
It's fine. It's just sometimes you are in the middle of a thought and you see the solution, and then. Okay, so there's just riding home.
Yes.
No big blunder possibilities for
terrible game from Wilkinson.
Kazuki. So Kazuki might end up below 3 here.
He had one decision in this game, Wilkinson. Oh, that's terrible. All he wants to do is take down that PR. So he just needs to get decisions, and almost no matter what he does, his error rate would decrease.
Yeah, but it's really important for him after losing this match now to take a break, to try to restart and refocus and just forget about what happened.
Yeah.
Because the worst that can happen for him now is he hears of his PR and he gets so frustrated and mad at himself that he continues to play badly. That would be really a pity. So he has to, like in professional sports. I mean, this is like professional sports. You just can't look back, because then you also will mess up in the future. Like tennis players, when they make a terrible shot, they just have to refocus immediately on the next one. So this is what will be important for Sebastian after this match. Assuming that he loses it, of course.
Mm-hmm. He's taking his time here, Kazuki. Well,
he has got another time bank left, so yeah.
But it's pretty difficult to blunder. Just move something, for Christ's sake.
Nice guy, Kazuki. Lets me ramble a little bit about sports psychology.
Nope, nothing, Seb. You had one decision in this game. Poor guy. Do you strip the 4 point here? I guess that's the question. It doesn't matter what you move.
Yeah.
It completely doesn't matter. Maybe we should send some hearts to Seb. Could the viewers please send some hearts here on Facebook? Click on the heart emoji to give Seb some love, to come back from this horrible, nightmarish match that he just butchered completely.
Okay, no, maybe
the hearts work.
for a moment stop. No, yeah, you can continue with the hearts.
Yeah. But usually the hearts
Kazuki
work.
actually made a mistake. He should have just shouldn't have played 6 off, but just prepared to clear the 6 point. I mean, playing 6-2, 6-4.
Yeah, exactly.
And he left the shot because of that. But now I think it's almost official.
Yeah, it is.
Kazuki barely misses the PR3 mark, but in his total PR he should go below 4 now, which always, I mean, if you play above 4, I mean, for those players, on average, it feels not really bad, but it feels kind of. Yeah.
I think
not what you want to achieve. And now Kazuki sees the 3. And that should give him more confidence. And for Sebastian, it's just really important now to forget about anything that happened so far.
Let's see the reactions. Now when they get to know the PRs.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see something.
Come on, production crew. Put the camera on the
players.
Show
some emotion. I mean,
put the camera on the players.
Yeah, like in all sports. I mean, it's about emotion, but
yes, they don't know it.
Maybe Sebastian fainted or something, and
okay. I guess I just wrote Mochy that they should point the camera on the players when they tell them the PR, but it's probably too late.
But also, you should really give credit to Sebastian. I mean, he's traveling around half the world, not well rested, not at his best, and still he is doesn't mind exposing himself to the whole backgammon world on live stage.
Yeah.
And
you're putting yourself out there, of course, but he's gonna be super disappointed with himself.
Yeah.
It's really not a good performance he's putting on. He had that exceptional match in the first match, and then it's been downhill from there. He needs to pick himself up now, pick himself up from the bootstraps. No other way. But Kazuki played a really good match in this one.
Yeah. We are talking about Sebastian all the time because that's the outlier basically in this.
Yes.
If you see Kazuki play a 3, well done. I mean, that is pretty much where you want to be, and so there's nothing really special about it. But it's again, some cube actions that brought Kazuki down, because like there was one misplay in the back game, and I don't know, were there any other really major checker errors on Kazuki's side? I think it was just some strange. I mean, it was in general. It seems like he's too passive on the cube.
Yes,
am I right?
Yes, exactly. I feel like with this good checker play that he played in this match, he should have played like a 1.6 or something like that, because his cube blunders, they were kind of unnecessary. It wasn't really difficult positions, in my opinion.
Yeah, sort of standard stuff, it seemed, at least from our point of view. But can we recognize a pattern here that Kazuki is too passive with the cube, that he errs on the passive side? I mean, I haven't seen him, or maybe I'm not remembering correctly, but I haven't seen him giving many cubes too early or taking too much, maybe. I don't know. Can't remember, but it seems like it's all a little bit on the passive side, his bias.
Perhaps.
But I might be wrong.
Perhaps.
Okay, so when will they resume play?
I think they will resume in 5-10 minutes.
Okay, I will take a chance to go to the bathroom and make some more coffee.
Good idea.
Okay, so nothing.
Good idea.
So you will do some analysis of some of the blunders already, or?
I'm waiting to get the match file from Mochy, and then we can do it. Yeah, to spend time before the next match starts. Okay, you can just go, Dirk. It's
Yeah,
fine.
I'll be back in 2 minutes or something.
BackgammonGalaxy.com presents Backgammon Pro Analysis.
So that was match number 4. The total score will now be 4 for Wilkinson and 3 for Kazuki. And unfortunately Wilkinson really slaughtered that match, playing a 10.7 over quite a few games. Yeah, that wasn't good. Wilkinson is going to be super disappointed. And on the positive side, we're seeing Kazuki here really stepping up to the plate. He had the classical Game 1 syndrome yesterday, and it seemed that his play just got stronger and stronger as the matches progressed yesterday, and today is no exception. He really starts off strong. His checker play was outstanding in this match, and he made some silly cube blunders that we were criticizing him for, but in all honesty, he did play a world-class match in this one with an error rate of 3.1. So Kazuki is stepping up his game, perhaps as the home field advantage that we get to see play out real time here. I'm still waiting for the match file. If I had the match file from Mochy, we could review some of the blunders from the match. But Mochy is apparently busy walking around the playing room, setting up the board. Yeah. Okay. We could show some of the highlights from yesterday. Let me do that. Let me try to show some of the highlights. Let me just get my Extreme Gammon up here and running here. Okay, so this is from match 1. Match 1, game 1. And we have the now famous blunder from Kazuki in game 1. We've seen it several times now. It seems to be very indicative of Kazuki's first match. And yeah, Kazuki is opening up the anger in a position where he shouldn't. He's outboarded and way up in the race, so you gotta play tight. What else did we have? We saw a good cube here from Wilkinson. Very good cube, even though he's on the bar. He does have a beautiful structure here, and he's threatening to make that super strong 5' with quite a few numbers, all 4s and 6s combined with an entry. So that was a good cube from Seb. Then we had a blunder here from Kazuki. He's supposed to play it safe. He shouldn't get that 5th checker trapped behind the 6'. And furthermore, I guess he wants that flexibility with the back checkers as well, instead of stacking up on the 22 point. What else did we have in game 1, or in match 1, sorry? Classic cube here, very easy cube from Kazuki, playing the top players. The top player. He's threatening with that deuce and a 6-4, 13 hitting numbers. Wow, I just got a crucial message from Mochy. Mochy is telling the players the PR after each game, not after each match. Really? Really? Okay, that's something we have to discuss, Dirk and I, when he returns. I'm very surprised about that. I don't see any reason for that. Yeah, and I can see Morten Hove from Sweden also writes game conditions. Players knows his PR after each game. Wow, so Wilkinson knew his PR after each game in this match. Wow. Yeah, and Marcel Joachim from Germany says the same thing. I'm really surprised about that. I don't see any reason for that. I guess perhaps Mochy would like to add the strategical PR element into it. So when you make players aware of the PR, then they could actually adjust. Wow, that means that in the very last game of this match, Wilkinson actually knew his PR was shit. And he was just sitting there being tortured by just being on the bar. Wow. Okay, and I have the match file from Mate Feher. Thank you, Mate. Thanks a lot. I'll try to open it. I'll open up the match. Here we are. Cool. It started off quite well in the first game. I think both players played well, except for this checker play blunder from Wilkinson. He made a hit that he's not supposed to do, but I think he's excused because this is a very complicated back game position. Not easy at all. And then Kazuki made perhaps his worst checker player in the entire match, actually, because his checker play was really outstanding in this match. Yeah, there's not really any reason why you would allow yourself to get primed down here on the 23 point rather than just preserving mobility and just jumping out to the 18 point. I guess his focus was on activating those checkers and trying to get a hit and recirculation. But except for that move, I think I don't really remember Kazuki making any big blunders with checker plays. Difficult move, this one, 5-1. This one was interesting. The right idea here is to come out and make the 18 point. But this is a super difficult move. I would probably rate it like a 9 or a 10 out of 10 in level of difficulty. Perhaps a 9.5. Wilkinson played 12-4, which I think is reasonable. His line of thinking was probably, I want to keep contact zone as big as possible, so let me stay on the anchor on the 22 point. And he didn't really want to give any direct shots. But obviously the checker behind the anchor on the 4 point here is a liability. And he's giving up quite a bit of outfield control, because after the move he just has this anchor on the 11 and one checker on the 17, as well as the anchor on the 22. The right play.
Players are back, by the way.
Okay, good. I was just giving the viewers the
Yeah, I
difficult
saw
double
it.
two.
Didn't want to interrupt your analysis,
Cool.
but now since
we're
there's
going.
some live action going on, so
We're back.
I had to.
Good, thank you, Dirk. We're back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Dirk, I just got some amazing, or no, I don't know if it's amazing, but sensational news when you were away.
yeah,
It seems that
Yeah,
the
yeah.
players that Mochy is telling the players their PRs after each game in the match.
Oh, that is really cruel. I think because that is really tough from the mental game standpoint to stay focused because that should affect the emotions. I mean, especially the guy who just gets the message that he just played a 15 or something, and then he really has to deal with that, his negative emotions, and focus on the next game. So that's tough, I would say. I mean, on the other hand, it also can give the player that plays well a lot of confidence. So yeah,
it introduces,
very interesting.
It introduces an aspect of strategy with regards to winning the PR points. But could you imagine being Wilkinson in that final game in the last match?
Mm-hmm.
He's just sitting there trying to get his PR down and just getting tortured by being on the bar, not getting any decisions.
By the way, we missed some sort of blunder because Sebastian is at 12 again already.
And we can't see it. They were scrambling the graphics.
Yeah.
And they fucked it up. I think somebody complained that the graphics were too small, so they oversized everything. But now we can't see the top moves.
So I guess in the analysis after the match, we just have to pay attention to the blunder that we missed.
Yeah.
Good cube and good take, insta take by Kazuki.
Perhaps somebody told him that he was a bit too weak, too passive in these middle game cubes in the last game. Because this position looks exactly like a position that he wouldn't have cubed in the last match.
Yeah, but wasn't it Sebastian that cubed Kazuki?
Sorry. It's because, yeah.
It's really difficult since they are now playing on the other side.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I just reviewed the match from yesterday where they had the other way around. Yes, it was, of course, Wilkinson who made the cube, and that... So
but still, it was a good cube. So.
Yes. And Wilkinson hasn't shown any signs of being too weak in these middle game positions.
And he's at least on the screen, he looks focused and not, calm. So good composure.
I'm gonna go with the Kazuki from here on out. I think he's just been improving in strength. Match for match, and it's going to be difficult for Wilkinson to pick himself up and keep up with this level that Kazuki is showing right now. But let's see.
Yeah, but still Sebastian is ahead 4-3.
That's true.
And if he just continues to win some matches, even if he plays slightly worse, that would be enough to win the challenge. And I wouldn't count him out PR-wise either. I mean...
Oh, that was a blunder.
Yeah, he should have run, I guess. I mean, that was a perfect time. You're ahead in the race, and you have the 5-point board, and from now on, things will only be getting worse. I mean, Kazuki will make inside points, and you are stuck there. So,
it's
again, okay, he got saved by his roll.
Wow.
But isn't it... my impression is that Wilkinson makes a lot of mistakes in these mutual holding game positions. I mean, yesterday it seemed like, and today there was this huge blunder again in a mutual holding game.
I
Is
agree.
I've got the feeling that right now he's not too sharp in those mutual holding game
I
situations.
agree. We have definitely spotted a leak in his game. We talked about it yesterday, and it shows again today. I don't think this was a difficult position, the 6-5. If he had counted the raise and realized that he had the way stronger inner board, and Kazuki even had a blood in his inner board.
Yeah, and
1 point
Kazuki's
board with a
position,
blood.
as we said, was only improving, and
Yeah,
so
and the timing and everything was in favor of the pay now move. Yeah, he's definitely weak in the mutual holding game positions. Relatively speaking, of course.
So now we are in a boring race, I would say, but it's at least now it has gotten closer. So maybe later on we see some action. So very good game, by the way, by Kazuki. Played a 1. And now he rolled double 6s, so we will maybe get double 5s. Okay, so still no near any cube action.
I see some comments about the resolution here on Facebook. We are streaming in the highest possible resolution on Facebook as it is. I'm not because the YouTube stream from Mochy is slightly more crisp, has a higher resolution, but I think it's gonna be difficult. Yeah, we can't really do much right now about the resolution.
A crucial miss, by the way, by Kazuki, because he was on roll in some sort of a 4-roll position, and he missed. So that was unfortunate for him, and now at least Sebastian won't have any further misses, so he's now a big favorite again. But so far, Sebastian hasn't managed to find his footing. Another advanced game. Oops. Okay.
Yeah. He's definitely been the most unlucky player so far.
So this... for the first time, maybe Kazuki is becoming a favorite in the whole challenge, because it's looking good in the PR contest in this match that would bring him 1 point, and he's also up to nothing.
That's true, and he has the momentum on his side now.
Yeah,
it seems that he's just growing stronger and stronger. Yeah, as Gary Jones just said, I think when it happens for the viewers that the resolution all of a sudden gets very bad, I think it's local Wi-Fi settings or coverage. I think it's your own connection. That's what Facebook does when you don't have a powerful Wi-Fi connection. Then it just scrambles and make it a lower resolution. And as soon as you get back to a high resolution, the Facebook switches up to a higher resolution again. So I don't really think we can do anything about that from our side.
So Sebastian is looking a little bit... Oh no, now he's smiling. He was looking a little bit disappointed. Maybe he just got the info that he played a 9.4 in this game.
Yes, I think so. It was the 6-5. It was almost a double blunder.
Okay.
It seems that it's just standard now that Wilkinson has to fall into a double blunder trap in each game. But let's hope he can start to get some momentum.
He can turn it around.
Yeah, let's hope.
So now
okay,
3,
this is interesting.
4. I would play 2 down, because now against the stacked positions, it's just like you don't like to split that much, and also Sebastian is better posed for a priming game.
I agree.
More flexible, more builders.
Down in the race.
And better timing.
Yes,
so
exactly.
very good play, by the way.
Yes.
Because many players would split just reflexively, because after three opponents 3-1, it's correct to split. So.
Mm-hmm. If anyone has read my newest book, Pure Strategy, they would for sure find the best move in that position.
I did, and I would have found it. and seems Sebastian as well.
Yeah, but I think these kind of positional moves seems to be his strong side, whereas it's not really here his weaknesses lie.
Yeah, and he has you can feel when he's, he has a good sense about where the checkers need to go, and so sometimes he's erring on the side of the pure and pretty play, and
true.
Yeah, so
good move.
Sometimes it really shows off, similar to McGreal, that you can see when somebody's in love with the game. I mean, McGreal always hated when the boring move was the right one. So where are we here now? Sebastian should strongly. Yep.
It looks good, right? Oh, it's even a pass.
It's even a pass.
Wow.
So 3 checkers, but the structure is so sound. It's 2-0 also. Money take. Yeah. Oh, very good by Kazuki to notice that a 2-0. The problem, if you're up 2-0, you almost don't have any recube big, because it's really hard for you to get good recubes in at that score, and that diminishes the value of your position greatly.
Yes, exactly that.
So a very good game by Sebastian, and let's hope he'll continue like that.
Yes.
By Kazuki, by the way, as well. I mean, he played perfectly that game. So now we don't see anything of the moves. They completely disappeared.
Really?
Yeah, I don't.
Sorry. Yeah, we don't see. Yeah, that's true. Because they made a mistake. Mochy already made Mochy aware of this, that we can't see the move transcription after they changed it before this match to increase the size. Okay, he has a decision here, Wilkinson.
Yeah.
The problem with the hit is that he doesn't have any good threes to play.
Yeah, so actually XG is in favor of
really
3 point. Very good play.
Yes,
bravo.
Very good play.
So,
bravo, yes.
Yeah, because it seems so natural to. And this is the difficulty of the format. For example, I would have hit and then have looked for the 3 and visualize it and maybe take it back, but that's impossible.
Yeah. Yes, it's true.
Okay, 5-1 does maybe in and he should keep contact. There's an extra checker on the midpoint. So that's the idea of the pure player, but the downside of this play is that it reduces contact.
Yeah. Was it? I guess it was the right move. We can't see it, right? But I guess it was the right move.
Was it? I thought it was.
Did we see?
Bar 24, 13-8. I just saw it flashing up.
It just seems that his Wilkinson's PR went down.
Yeah, but if it's only a very slight mistake, that can happen.
Yeah. Okay, it could be. It's annoying that we can't really see
the transcription stream, but I think they will get that fixed soon. Mm-hmm. Let's hope, at least.
Kazuki's still playing well. I think we have to live with this throughout this match.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Wilkinson made a small error there.
Oh no. Okay, Kazuki, is looking for something creative because, but there's
Good
just
play. Very good play.
I mean, that's the only. I mean, since Cube is in the middle and you're big way ahead, and it's a holding game, and you just need to clear maybe one more point to get into doubling territory. So you really don't want to leave any blots or anything right now, from Kazuki's perspective. Oh, this is interesting. Kazuki could hit and cover, but what for? I mean, as I just said, you just need to clear your points, and Wilkinson was tempting him by leaving all those blots. And also what you don't want is hit, and the other guy comes in on the 24 point and it increases the contact zone. So just play safe. You are up more than 20 pips in the race, and everything's fine.
I agree. And so far, Kazuki has been really sharp with his checker plays.
Yeah. So he's. I think he's making a pip count now to see if he's really far ahead or enough to just forego the hitting plays. Yeah. I mean, if it was like 8 or 9 pips, probably he should hit. But like that, 20 pips.
And what makes this a difficult decision is that it's a double hit that he could make. It's not just a single hit.
Yeah, that is also possible. But if I hit, I would cover the 4 point for sure.
Are you sure?
I don't know. But actually, I don't know. But
because
seems like I mean, I wouldn't hit in the first place, but so it's tough to think about.
I think I like the double hit more because you leave fewer shots, right? With a double hit you leave.
Then if you get hit, you haven't gained anything. I mean, at least making the 4 point gives you some structure.
That's true.
Yeah, and even if he just comes in with the 2 checkers, then you scramble to get all those blots covered.
Yeah, just don't hit. That's the
just
thing.
Don't. Let's see of the hitting plays. Yeah, 6-4. Hitting 2 is bigger.
Worse.
Is in blunder territory.
And so is the other hit. Yeah, it seems that 6-4 is the better way if you want to make the hit. Oh, he makes the double hit.
He makes a double hit. Okay. So and he also invested some time banks in this.
Yeah, it's the first blunder we've seen from Kazuki in this match, and I think it was actually not. I mean, it was a difficult move, and you will have some blunder probability on a move like that. Yeah. But unfortunately, he couldn't find the best one.
That is almost forced. So, now they're getting closer to each other in the PR contest. At least Sebastian has a fighting chance again, since before Kazuki was almost playing perfectly.
Yeah.
But at least thanks to Kazuki's move, we have a much more exciting game now. Yeah,
that's
making
true.
The bar. Okay, so now. Interesting.
How do we play this?
If you just cover, but hitting seems to be the more natural approach.
Yeah, but then you don't have a deuce to play.
You still could play 8-6. I mean, it's not a bad use.
That's true, but it leaves you 2 blots. I don't like it. Yeah, you gotta make the 5 point. Exactly my play. I felt it.
Yeah, you felt it. You should have said.
But you were speaking, Dirk. I didn't want to interrupt.
Oh, just do it. You should yell, make the 5 point, make the 5 point.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true. I was thinking it. Okay, so we see Kazuki's PR now in the high 2s because of that blunder. Fair enough.
Okay.
Good move.
Yep. fighting for the outfield control. Always good. Oh no, it's not good.
I thought it was a good move. So
Yeah.
were there? Maybe he should be even more flexible and come out with the spare checker on the
and
20.
play 20-15.
Yes.
And just to give himself a chance to make a second point in Kazuki's home board.
Yeah,
also.
and he's kind of stripped in his outfield, so
Yeah,
he would
probably
have more flexibility.
that was best play. So now he got the second inner board point, and we are again in some. Yeah, I wouldn't call this a back game, rather a double anchor holding game. It just has more features of a holding game than of a back game.
I agree. Definitely not a back game.
Okay,
Yes.
Kazuki should hit
That's a
simply
good
to
hit.
protect the blood.
And in a good one because he preserves his midpoint and leaves
Yeah.
fewer shots. I guess he should
Yeah.
hit, right? Shouldn't he make the hit here? He still has the better inner port, Wilkinson. I think he should.
Yeah,
hit
and
with the
he
six.
shouldn't settle too early on the back game. Yeah, he should hit. I mean, that's good play.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What about this
So-
one?
Yeah, I would just play. I think to the 20 and
Yeah.
here it comes.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason to give up the outfield, to possibly give up the outfield
Yes.
control, and
And leave tons of reshots for the
yeah,
opponent.
and the opponent already has got 5 checkers in your home board. So
Mhm.
what's the point?
Yeah.
Yeah, now we are getting closer to something like a mutual holding game.
Uh-huh.
I hope. Oh no, now
Ah.
it's again a one-way holding
Yeah.
game, I would say.
I
Think Kazuki should play 20-14 with 2 and then think about
yes.
the other 2 sixes.
Yes. Okay. Well played. Good play,
Yeah,
Kazuki.
yeah. Flexibility is all important,
Yes.
and
He doesn't want to leave himself any bad shots just by decreasing the contact zone with one.
a good move by Wilkinson as well to step
Mhm.
out
Yes.
and
Very good move.
slot the next inner board point.
So he could use the hit.
Kazuki might be tempted to hit and continue. I mean, very human, this mistake. But
Yes. I don't fault him for that. He uses
No.
the hit as a tempo
yeah,
gain to,
yeah.
bring his
So-
checkers home.
So,
But it was slightly
no,
inferior.
no problem with this play.
What about the cube action here?
Do
you wait?
Do you see a lot of market losers? I mean, the 4-point is still not made, and he
Yeah.
he gets now that he has saved that checker, he can start thinking about it.
Yeah, that's true. It's good play from Kazuki's part. I think this is a cube though.
Yeah.
Now is the time to cube. He's super flexible. He
Yeah.
cleared all his
If
blocks.
he makes the 4-point, is it the question is the crucial thing is if he makes the 4-point, if it's still then a take, I
no,
don't see the market losers.
I think after the 4-point it's a market loser.
if that
okay.
is okay.
Maybe I'm wrong because
Yeah,
this isn't
it doesn't look like, because now I mean,
I agree. I think I was wrong there. I think he should indeed wait until he made the 4-point, and now we
Yeah.
will see the cube.
because
Obviously,
if
but
he
is this
never
a take?
gets it and he's not a favorite to make it, things can get ugly really quickly. Now he is
Oh.
just
He
Yes,
takes
has
that
fun.
fast. Wow, I thought that was a very complicated decision whether to take
Yeah.
or pass this one, and he took it
Yeah.
rather fast.
But this PR-wise, it was a very nice position for Sebastian, because he couldn't make a big mistake
Yeah,
either way.
that's true. But it's not that difficult for Kazuki either.
Mm.
The higher back games like the 3-5 and 4-5 are rather weak when your opponent just has 3 points to clear in front of the back game.
Yeah, it's probably. I mean, this is a back game with low winning percentage, but also with the low gammon losses. So that makes because you don't lose too many gammons here as black.
True. It's probably gonna end up as a 22-point game.
And those ones with some gaps and awkward distribution sometimes are takes on their own merit. So.
Yes, he's gonna run now. Run now, and this blood is actually quite good. It works like a phantom point. Okay, except for the double deuces, which penalizes him.
Make the point, covers, and 6-4. Or maybe he can even use the
to unstack.
He has to unstack. I mean, against the 3-point game, you don't want to have a big stack on the 6-point, because then you have to play your threes from the lower points, and that can get awkward really quickly.
Yes, that's a rule I learned from reading Michy's new book. When you're bearing in against the 22-point, you really want to hurry up clearing the 6-point, because the threes are a real problem. And after that, you just want to tear off checkers as aggressively as possible. So that was a good one, Dirk. How did you come up with that rule of? Is it just like tactical understanding, or is it like
experience? I mean, it's just like I made the mistake once to not distribute the checkers correctly, and then I saved the position, took a screenshot, and made a note. And since then, and since I'm also teaching, I mean, teaching helps you a lot. If you verbalize your thoughts, they are more present, and then you really learn the concept yourself, so that's also helpful.
That's cool. Okay. Dirk, I'm just gonna leave here for 1 second or 2 minutes to go into the kitchen and get some.
Yeah, sure. I will. Right now, there's probably nothing exciting coming up, so good time, and I will take over.
Good.
And okay, double fives. So when in doubt, go for the play that takes off checkers. But I understand that this is a very difficult decision for Kazuki. Usually you play safe when you're either almost assured to win a gammon, or when there are very few gammon chances. But in this middle territory, where you win 20 or 30% of gammons, then the aggressive plays are gaining in value in this middle territory. And since we are sort of at the lower end of the middle territory, gammon-wise, he should make the aggressive move. But I wouldn't fault him for making the safe play. I mean, if he wins the game psychologically, he's up 4-1. He knows that he's up in the PR challenge. Yeah. Psychologically, very easy to understand this mistake. And for the spectators, it would have been more attractive if he had chosen the riskier variation. But I guess that is not Kazuki's concern right now. So no need for Wilkinson to break his anchor. Now we are really in gammon territory again. And Wilkinson mustn't waste any pips. Yeah, good play. Make the crossovers. There's a shot. So now again, so he is even now, so the extra checker doesn't gain him anything for the gammon. So he should just hit. And no, that I don't quite understand this mistake, because I mean, without any cost, he could have stolen a crossover from Sebastian. So this is a little bit unusual technical error from a player of his caliber, I would say, because there was just no downside in just putting that checker on the bar. And since he didn't gain a roll by by taking a checker off. Yeah, he was afraid getting hit and then losing the game with one fewer checker off, probably. So 2-1. Yeah, this is there's some rule, 11-point rule. I think if you pass the 11 point, you slot the ace. Yeah, correct. Technically fine. So, but still, yeah, he saves the backgammon, and let's look at the PR. So, good game by Sebastian, I think, and the PR battle for this match is close again. I mean, reasonably close. I mean, since we are now further into the match, the PR changes are less, so it's still an uphill battle for Sebastian to gain the PR battle in this match, but at least he made up some territory. Okay, good play by Kazuki. For one, I think he should hit and play 24-23. Yeah, I mean, I really doubt that he would play 8-4-4-3 because, again, that's not the human move. I mean, put that extra checker on the 3-point. I would be surprised if he would do that. Yeah, and he goes for the standard human play, I would say. Okay, Kazuki hits and makes the 11. And I think now it's time to anchor. I would anchor. No, he's right not to anchor up. Usually I find in those positions it's more important to anchor up than hit loose, but I was wrong this time, although it wasn't a big deal, I think. Okay, 6-1. Yeah, is he make? Yeah, now since he really wants to unstack the midpoint, so with this 5 checkers that's so unflexible, and but at least he. I mean, the important point for him was to see that he has to hit, and since he has got the stronger board and has to continue with the momentum, and that's a terrible roll in this situation, but still Kazuki is far away from being into double territory. So, wow, so the 5-point looks so attractive, so strong, but then if Sebastian comes in with a good number and covers his homeboard blood, so then that is really the argument for the hitting play, and as we can see, it's very close. And in those positions, rarely, especially if you have the stack on the 6-point, you rarely make a big mistake to just make the 5-point against 3 opposing checkers back. It's so powerful and is such a good strategic asset for the future. So, by the way, I noticed Kazuki is down to 2 time banks, so let's hope that won't hurt him in the future. And really too bad that he is using his time bank on a choice. He's considering to hit 2. I haven't seen that. I haven't considered that. Okay, so that's why he was thinking. Yeah, also not a bad play. I mean, with 3 checkers on the bar, Kazuki is almost assured to pick up the other checkers, and which he now does. So we're looking forward to another interesting game, I would say. So Sebastian has made one anchor, and Kazuki has made the 5-point finally. And actually, Kazuki is quite happy that Sebastian has to hit that blot. Sebastian really didn't want to hit that, but it was forced. Kazuki stays out. No big deal. Yeah. Now Sebastian has a real chance. No, he won't be able to make his 5-point. Would have been crucial for his position. And at least he gets the second anchor, and I think there's no downside of playing 7-4, or maybe there is. No, there isn't. Okay, 5-3. Actually, the bar point is quite valuable for. Okay. So it's really tough to come up with general rules for those positions with many checkers back and lots of blots around. It's just like what both players have to avoid is dumping their checkers deep, making the lower points. They both have to play really positional. So for the complexity of this game, I think they both play that games exceptionally well so far. Really difficult position. Yeah, he's hesitant to make the 2-point, but now that Kazuki has 2 checkers on the bar, and if he can make the 5-point as well, he's in really good shape. Just too many checkers back to consider an aggressive double. But if he manages to get the 5-point, I think we would be there already.
Oh, that's a big 5 for Kazuki.
Yeah, very big 5, because with the bad roll, cube action was coming up maybe already, especially because of the score.
Mm-hmm.
So now Sebastian has to recirculate his checkers, play pure. I think Kazuki might consider to hit 2 checkers, and then it's a close second with a plan to use the time Sebastian is on the bar to make a prime.
Yeah, it's a cool play.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, I would have made it, but it seems like in the end, at least it's not a mistake. So.
Yes. So what about this one?
Well,
I think you gotta make the 8-point now, and you don't really like.
But the bar point is so much more important. Yeah, you have to make you have to button up. Yeah.
And you don't want to get hit now, actually, because this is not really a back game anymore.
Yeah, very well played.
Mm-hmm.
As I said, so far I'm really impressed with how both of them handle this game. I mean, they're both improving their PRs on such a complicated game. Credit to them.
Yeah, I agree. They've been playing beautifully. I saw the entire game. I was just being quiet because I was just getting some breakfast.
Yeah, I heard it, by the way, since you didn't turn the mic off.
I didn't? I thought I did.
So I heard you eating, or I guess everybody else as well.
I am sorry.
No problem. It wasn't too loud.
I thought I turned off the mic.
So I can hear you perfectly well.
Apparently the button in my software doesn't work. Okay, good to know.
Yeah, don't worry. You didn't do anything embarrassing.
That's true.
Okay, back to the game. 20. Okay, so yeah, double fives. I mean, this is still Sebastian's plan. Of course, is not to play a back game now. We are far away from that. Although it's way behind in the race, there's still one checker to contain. Yeah, this is a good alternative, and I don't fault him for not running out all the way.
Yeah, I agree.
So Kazuki guess can jump out and hit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty good roll actually.
Yeah. With the tempo, and yeah, he's now a pretty big favorite in the game, but at this score,
no, that's not good. That's an ugly 6.
That is, I don't understand. I mean, logically, maybe he overlooked that he could step out, because what is this checker doing there on the 24 point? Nothing.
Yeah,
he just wants to go home and increase his flexibility, because also these extra checkers on the 6 point, later on he probably has to unstack them somehow. Yeah. Strange play, at least. I mean,
I guess he was minimizing shots. He was,
but there were a lot more complicated positions before that he played just beautifully.
Yeah.
Okay, making the 4. Very good. So Sebastian has to roll something good quickly. Oh, it's already a pass. We can see. So Kazuki, wait. Think about it. Think about it at least. Yeah, he thinks about it.
He's gonna. No, he just rolls. He would have given such a difficult decision for Wilkinson. However, it's also a difficult decision for Kazuki since he's up 4-1.
Yeah, but the low points in Wilkinson's board are such a big liability that it would have been really tough to find a take there.
Yes. It decreases both his...
Okay, and we have a new leader in the PR contest. Surprise.
Yeah, he was playing so well, Kazuki, up until this point.
Yeah, but Wilkinson still is playing really amazingly well. I mean, he got to world class on this game.
That's true.
Right? Yeah, absolutely impressive.
Yes, he's been strong in the positional games.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's a pretty good.
Yeah, another cube. He missed another cube, but that's also consistent. I mean, the mistake. If you don't give the first cube, you probably also won't give this one.
To his excuse, the doubling window is so narrow in a gammon-full position at this score. However, I think he should realize that he has such a strong position here because of the impurity of Wilkinson's home board.
Also,
so many checkers
it
trapped.
is like in the back games, if you are leading in the match and the opponent is playing an anchor game, you're afraid of the high winning percentage of the opponent, and that means that he's got a lot of strong weak cubes. But because of all the positional weaknesses of Sebastian's position, the winning percentage is really low for him, because it's really tough now. Now it's a play on, of course. I mean, but he missed some really good opportunities.
Dirk, I know what went wrong with my microphone. It's because we're on Skype meanwhile, so the viewers didn't get to hear me chew. It was only you.
Okay, it was only me. Okay, cool. But then did they hear my? They did. But if they didn't hear you, but they could hear me,
yes,
I don't know.
Yes. I just muted my own microphone.
Okay.
Yeah. Exactly. The weaknesses of Wilkinson's position is too great here. The impure home board and so many checkers trapped in Kazuki's home board. Yeah, but he hasn't been able to find a cube. Even this, I guess, is it too good to double now? Is it a take
No,
or pass here?
I won't think so. And also from the practical point of view, your opponent might take, and I mean, still
I'm not sure.
some work
actually.
to do. I mean,
I think it's a
also
pass.
big.
I think it's a pass if he cubes.
Yeah.
So I guess it's too good, but we don't see any cube
Yeah,
evaluations.
if there's no cube mistake,
but look at the winning
continue
chances.
to play, it's definitely too good.
Definitely too good, yeah. Especially now after the hit.
After the hit,
But it was also too good before the hit, I think. But the doubling window is so narrow when you have gammons, when it's a gammon-full position and at this score. Very narrow doubling window.
So, of course, now we are...
He could make a clearing play here. He could.
Yeah.
He could clear the 7.
Yeah.
You think it's the right idea? I think so.
Yeah,
I
think so. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. And let's see what the machine likes. Yeah. Very good play, technically.
Very good play.
Excellent play. Many players overlook this.
Yeah.
Now he can just lift the blood, have a perfect distribution, like playing 12 to 11, 7 to 5, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
No indirects. Yeah, very good.
Hmm.
2-1.
Yeah, you can't really avoid.
But-
You can play 2 to the 4 point, but that's kind of ugly. But that's the only way
No,
to
but-
avoid.
Yeah, but no, you can make. I mean, that's the best play. If
of course.
Finds it again. Yeah.
Yes, of course. Sorry, I my brain didn't see this move, but obviously that's the right play. Yeah.
Okay. And if everything, I mean, there's even some backgammon chances now.
There is indeed backgammon chances.
Yeah,
in
and
this
that
one.
would be very valuable,
It would.
especially if he wins a backgammon. And since Sebastian's PR is only slightly better, that would at least give him a draw on the PR competition.
Yes, exactly.
So that would be
However-
huge. A backgammon would be huge.
However, I'm not sure, Dirk, because he's down in the match, so maybe he does want the volatility of getting one more game and the opportunity to outplay Wilkinson in this one to get 2 points.
Yeah, but for him it will be now really tough because he is like down like almost 1 PR point, and in those Crawford game and all those games, it's difficult to make up a lot of PR.
Yeah,
Now-
I guess it's like one blunder. He's one blunder down.
I mean, he should still be happy to win a back. We are talking about
think
gammon,
so.
backgammon. Maybe he still has to worry about. No, I think it will be just a gammon now. I mean, Sebastian
Yeah.
should just concede the gammon and
Yes.
avoid the backgammon.
Is he really thinking about staying on the 22
No,
point
no,
for the
don't
double
do that.
one,
Just
double aces?
concede the gammon and. No, Kazuki right now is in a lot bigger danger to lose the PR battle in this this match. I mean, it's almost like Wilkinson is very close now to be ahead by 1 PR point.
Yes, that's
even
what
if he
he's trying.
loses.
That's what he's trying to do. I wonder if Mochy is just telling them the PRs of each game, or also the total PR of the match, or they have to compute that themselves.
I don't know. In the rules, it only says they get to know the PR. I mean, it would make most sense to just tell them the PR for the match so far, not of that particular game that they
Yeah.
played, but just how the PR challenging, what's the score in the PR duel is at that given time.
That would make more sense, yes.
Yeah.
So probably
So-
that's what he's doing.
Yeah. I'm very impressed by Sebastian that he managed to get to 4 point something from 6 point something on such a complicated game. Really, again, credit to him.
was
And
a long and
now he
complicated
has
game.
to play very aggressively to win a gammon if he can. But
Yes.
if he rolls racing numbers, he still has
what
to
about
race.
this one? That's a funny one.
Yeah, he has to hit, I think.
You have to hit, but it's quite close.
Yeah.
Because at the same time, Kazuki also is trying to not lose a gammon.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's the natural play now. 6-1.
Exactly.
Should-
6-1
Should
is
be clear,
automatic.
but for the gammon, it would have been better to bring more ammunition down and unstack the midpoint. Oh, Kazuki stays out. So
Yeah.
now Sebastian has to hit, lose, of course, and the ace.
And it's
15-14 is the only reasonable ace.
and it's good two ways because if he gets to close out Kazuki
Yeah.
doesn't get any decisions, and Wilkinson will get all the blitz decisions, which is usually a bit more easy.
Yeah, especially if the opponent doesn't have anything. So then
Yeah.
it's usually you just go for the all-out kill and you don't have to worry about anything else. But we are not there yet. Bad roll, by the way. Cannot cover the 4 point.
Small error here. He could have played it more flexible. Just leave the two shot, the deuces. You're not really scared of Kazuki breaking the midpoint to hit with the deuces. So he could have brought two checkers down from the midpoint, unstacking the midpoint instead, breaking the mountain.
So next play will be difficult to find because since he is like programmed on going for the gammon, it's hard to
Good
make
move.
the quite very
Yeah,
good,
he
very
does
good to
it.
change. Very good to change gears. I think Sebastian has stepped up his game considerably in the last 15 minutes, I would say. Yeah, very good move too. You just have to make the anchor to avoid the gammon threat, and that is basically the position that Kazuki wants to have now. Just
Exactly.
a simple holding game.
Yes.
No gammons and
Yes.
still reasonable winning chances.
Yes, 35% winning chances.
Yeah.
So it's a very good holding game, this one. Wilkinson has already buried two checkers, which leave him 13 checkers left to play with, and his structure is underdeveloped. So
Yeah, the 5 point is open. That is crucial. That if he can make the 5 point, that would boost his equity by a lot.
yes, and even the 7 point as well. The 9 point is also good.
Yeah, gives another landing point.
Yeah, crucial for Kazuki to survive this blitz, and this will be very easy decisions for Kazuki as well.
Yeah,
Just
I
building up
don't
his board.
expect to see many changes in the PR wise in this game, but you never know.
It's probably gonna just go down, right? Because even though we have seen some weaknesses with Wilkinson in the holding games, I don't see him making any big blunders here. And for Kazuki, it's even simpler. He just has to build his home board.
Yeah,
as
maybe
pure as possible.
Wilkinson will get sooner or later in some sort of pay now, pay later spot that. No, he won't.
He has a
He just
decision.
should make the bar, I
Really?
think. Oh no, there's the 5 point to be made
Yes.
as well. Yeah, that's.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's a difficult one.
Because-
he makes the 5 point, but then.
Yeah, okay. It's
Yeah,
the best one.
yeah.
I really wasn't
it-
sure either. It's
Yeah,
close.
but it was close. I
Yes.
mean,
The thing is, Kazuki was about to break his midpoint very soon anyway, so maybe making the 5
Yeah,
point
but-
would make more
but
sense.
he had
But
3 checkers still
On the
to
8.
play with. So,
yeah, but
but
that's inflexible, right? Because
Yeah.
he can play sixes, for instance.
yeah, and for Sebastian, I mean, the open 5 point will be a liability throughout. So
Yeah.
even if he starts bearing in with the open 5 point, sometimes you have a take from the 4 point just on the merit of the open 5 point.
That's true. Good point. Wilkinson made a good move with 8-2, not giving away anything.
Yeah, he's staying sharp. Hardly any mistakes, and I think that should boost his confidence.
It will.
If
hopefully.
he ends up this game being below 4.
Yeah. Oh, that's an ugly shot. I think he needs to clear the 8 point, right?
Clear the 8.
That's the only
point.
flexible move.
Yeah, that's the only flexible move that. Yeah, and also it clears a point. I mean, that's his goal right now.
That's true. Usually you want to clear from the rear, but when you can't do that, just clear the other one.
And at least he has some 3 live builders for the 5 points, so some chances to make it and get into a really solid position.
Oh, that was a small error.
Yeah,
From
because now if he gets hit, he might roll a 7 and lose a gammon actually.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Sebastian is. Yeah, maybe he should. I know it's Kazuki's rule.
Yes. I think Kazuki is using his time to make sure he has the pip count right.
Okay.
That's what he seems to do yesterday. So it's good time management. He's taking advantage of all 30 seconds to not have any doubt about the race.
Yeah. Although yesterday it seemed like he was gambling a little bit with his time, like 2 seconds left before losing the match on time, and
he was teasing the viewers.
Yeah. Oh, we come to a crucial moment here.
It is. Okay, a game-winning shot for Kazuki if he gets the 3. Everyone cheering for Kazuki. Let's see some hearts.
I know people want to see this match continue, especially since the PR challenge is really close. So
that's true. Good point. We get to see another game, most likely. Aha! Maybe not. He gets another chance, Kazuki.
Yeah, he has to minimize the shots and just give the 11 shots. And big roll coming up. Yeah, there's the ace.
There it
is. I
game
suppose if everything goes normal, they will be tied at 4 after this this match.
Kazuki will get some decisions here, so the PR difference will definitely be less than 1 full PR point. So it's not going to be a PR point here for Wilkinson.
So, but that's also exciting. Now we are exactly halfway through, and it's all tied up.
Yeah, really good comeback.
That's really cool.
Really cool comeback from Kazuki. He was down 3-0 and 4-1, and now he, assuming that this game goes well, he just came up to a tie for 4-4. I think he needs to take some checkers off here because of the crunch of the opponent, and he already has 1 checker off. So I think he needs to play it aggressively. Yes, exactly. Good move.
Yeah.
Good move. That's the thing. When your opponent has a crunched front board, then you have the luxury to play aggressively in the bear off.
Yeah, it's not about winning a gammon or anything. It's simply to assure winning the game.
Yeah. Backgammon is a race. Whoever gets his checkers off first wins the game. Kazuki's a big favorite here. Oh, that's a terrible roll from Wilkinson. Notice how careful he was moving his checkers there with the touch move rule. But it's difficult to blunder, of course.
Yeah, since
yes, this is a win for Kazuki.
And
it's definitely
they really stepped up their game, especially Sebastian in the second half of the match. Kazuki made some mistakes in this, some cube mistakes again. Again, too shy with the cube, by the way, which seems to be a pattern from him.
I think that there it is. In the leading up to the match, in Mochy's presentation of each player, he presented an average PR of 2.8 for Wilkinson and 3.0 for Kazuki. I think this is just too optimistic. It's like perhaps Mochy himself plays below a 3.0 in average, but we're talking about average here, not mean. We're talking about average. So you get 10.7 from Wilkinson, and his average for the next 5 years just goes up. You know, it's too optimistic to talk about averages in these low threes and even below a 3. That's even though these are world-class players. Come on, man, they're not playing a 3.0 in average PR. It's impossible.
And also it increases the pressure on them, because I rather want to be introduced as a 3.5 player and then play below 3 in a competition than the other way around, I think. So
that's true.
It increases the pressure and also the expectation game.
Yeah.
If you just lower the expectations a little bit, then people are also not disappointed, because they are great players. I mean, no doubt about that. But one mustn't raise the expectations like sky high.
Yeah, and it's some of the same critiques you could give on the BMAP system, that there's a lot of variation. So the highest BMAP setting you make, it's also comes from a long line of a sequence of matches, where at some point you might get lucky and hit a good streak where you play some really low matches in a row, and sometimes you might get unlucky and you play a high streak of PRs, and even the rating list goes up and down like this. So obviously Mochy making the 2.5 line is just outstanding achievement, unheard of. But of course he doesn't play 2.5 in average, you know. It's like he managed to succeed, but of making it. But obviously it takes a little bit of luck, because the average is probably higher. And as we know, like we get into a back game around 2.5-3% of all games. So you might get lucky by having 10 or 15 long matches without hitting a single back game, or you might get unlucky and have like 7% of them to be deep back games. And you know, there's just this PR thing. It's
really also what I said. So maybe because since I think it's better to play a little bit quicker in the beginning of a match, where the bad decisions don't necessarily affect the match winning chances so much, to have more time when it really matters match equity wise. But that is of course the wrong strategy if you play for PR. So then that makes every decision equal. It's even the more the closer you get to the end of the match, like double match point, PR wise it's very easy to play, but match equity wise it might be crucial for your match winning chances. So that's another aspect.
Yeah, it's definitely. And also for the BMAP settings, you have that people are trying to set a low average PR, which means that they have an incentive to play simple games and to split in the opening with 2-1 and 5-1, 4-1, rather than try to outplay your opponent. And it's kind of the same topic as you're touching upon there, Dirk, that you're not really trying. I mean, you're not supposed to just try to play a low PR. You're trying to beat your opponent. So of course it makes more sense to save your time for the crucial match equity swings. But if you're just playing to get a low average PR, then it's just as valuable to spend the time in the beginning of the match as it is in the end of the match.
But it's also the fault of the players, because in the mind of the players that PR thing is just so important, so they lose a little bit, or many of them lose a little bit of focus on what really matters. I mean, just maximizing your winning chances against any given opponent, which isn't necessarily the same. I mean, it's close to being the same, but it's not the same.
I completely agree. I completely agree to that.
So also I would suggest like to have like more like to put a weight on the time of the match. So a 1 year old match all maybe should only count half, so that you have like a floating average, and that has got more variation. But so then if you had some outliers or some terrible streak where you had some really difficult back games and you just couldn't do better than play a 6 or 7, that those matches disappear at one point, and I don't know how they are doing. If
are we talking about the B map now, Dirk? Are you talking about the B map now?
Yeah, about the B map. Yeah.
Okay. I think they do already have a running average, which it's that they take the average PR of the last 300 experience points, I think, of 150 or 300. I'm not really sure. So there is already a running correction.
Okay.
But it's not weighted. Good. It's not weighted there. That matches longer from 1 year ago weights less than than. So it's not a weighted average. It's just a running average.
Okay. So at some point the match gets out of the average completely.
Yes. Okay. It's 300 experience points in the
good.
B map. Ian Terry says B-map nightmare : having to play David Todd. I guess David Todd is a crazy back game player or something.
Okay. So yeah.
Okay, I just pulled up Mochy's Google sheet here. He hasn't updated the PRs yet. As I think as soon as he's done scrambling around on his PC, he will update the sheet, and we can see the average PRs so far. We can see before this match. Okay, here Mochy is, and I think he's about to update it now. Okay. Before this match, we saw that the average PRs were 5.67 for Wilkinson and 3.98 for Kazuki.
Okay, so I guess the goal should be for Sebastian to get below 4, which is already difficult to do now.
Yeah.
But it just looks so much better if you are below 4. And Kazuki still has a shot of getting into the low 3. Also difficult. 3.5 I would set his goal at.
There's
also for the whole challenge.
There's another thing about PR distributions, Dirk. I don't know if you are aware of this or have given this any thought. I'd like to hear your opinion on it. That I don't see PR distributions as being normally distributed with a random selection, which means that if, let's say, I play a PR of 3.5, which I think that's more or less. I just made it the GM2 level, so I guess I achieved a lower than 3.5 on the B map. But let's say I have a 3.5 in average of all my matches. Then my distribution of each selection of my PR is not necessarily random, because I think you see a lot of momentum going on. For instance, right now I believe Wilkinson is in a bad state, which will produce much higher PRs than he would normally have. And other times he will be in a good state where he will produce much lower PRs than he normally has. So you can say that's his A game, and right now he's not playing his A game.
Yeah, or he cannot play his A game because of the conditions. Because of external conditions like the jet lag. It's almost impossible for him to play his A game. That's what I said earlier, that we really have to give him credit that he knows he's not in his best mindset, and still exposes himself, and is not afraid of maybe not be the shining star in this competition or anything because of his fatigue. But he just still plows through this. I mean, really deserves credit. I think.
It could be that he underestimates this effect. I think that if it was me, even though I'm just 5 years older than Wilkinson, I already came to this realization. So if it was me playing this match, I would have traveled to Japan a couple of days earlier and made sure that I would be well rested, and I had swapped the jet lag, got that out of my system.
Yeah.
Perhaps he's underestimating this effect, just thinking that I can just travel to Japan, arrive the day before, and go in and perform at my highest level.
Yeah, I began to realize all this in my professional poker career, because I also read a lot about sports psychology and mental game, and I really, before, when I was a professional backgammon player, I mean I was then like Sebastian's and your age, so I really didn't care or didn't think about it. We were even partying and early in the morning playing our first tournament matches and all that stuff. So things that nowadays I wouldn't do anymore. So yeah, it's also a learning process. I think generally when you are younger, you underestimate those things.
Yeah, probably.
Or I mean, lots of professional poker players and in general, like professional tennis players or golf players, they all have their mental coaches. So they have people around them telling them how to approach all the other aspects to be able to perform at their highest level.
Yeah.
Or I think there's a quote I love from a German chess player from the 19th century, Siegbert Tarrasch, who said, it's not enough to be a good player, you also have to play well. I mean, that covers that beautifully, I think.
Me too. What a great quote. I completely agree.
So, and all those external factors, and the problem is when you are tired, your brain is also not sensitive to all those external factors. So since you don't have a completely clear mind, that keeps you from noticing that you are not in your best state. That's compounding.
Yeah, the way I look at it is that I have programmed my brain to play backgammon, and I sit down at the board. And of course, I need to activate my system too. I have to pay attention, I have to be aware and all that stuff. But in reality, it's not really me playing, it's just my brain playing. And if my brain isn't working, or if it gets distracted, I mean, what is the brain gonna do? You know, it's not gonna see all the right moves. It's not gonna pick up on all the small details of the positions. So, yeah, very interesting discussion. I think that if you are a professional gambler, as you've been for many years, you kind of it's like you react to the feedback you get, and the fact that you have money on the line all the time, and you're not just, it's not like going to a normal work where you just work and then you're slightly less productive but you still get paid. You lose your money if you don't put up
at least equity wise.
Yeah, of course there's noise in the feedback of the results, yes, but when you are a gambler, it's like the purest form of feedback.
Yeah.
If you're not adjusting to your biases and so on, you die basically. You go bust.
Yeah. And especially also since it's just not enough to maintain the level, because the level around you is consistently on the rise. So then you have to improve. I mean, it's just not enough, and so that many. It benefited me a lot when I entered the scene in the 90s and being one of the first guys using computer programs, and the older guys at that time didn't adapt quickly enough. They just they pointed out like, Jellyfish doesn't know how to play back games, so Jellyfish has to be bad. But if you used it correctly and used it where what Jellyfish did was really helping and significant and improving your game, if you could distinguish that, you gain such a huge edge compared to the players who adapted more slowly. So those were the golden days. It was also like in poker, like it was a lot more profitable to be the one-eyed among the blind, let's say, than later on when everybody, you were a lot better but compared to your opposition, the advantage shrank. I mean,
Yeah,
so,
that's a really good story, Dirk. I love the way you tell that story. It's interesting that how you went so far ahead of the curve at that time by embracing technology and the tools that you had available.
yeah, and notice that they are not perfect, but they were still better than no tools at all.
Yeah. We get some great comments coming in actually with this discussion. It's pretty cool. We get Daniel Sørensen from Denmark, super strong player. He says that melatonin should solve most jet lag issues. So that could be that could be a way, like just dope yourself with drugs to overcome. And and then we have Jes Danielsen, also from Denmark, quoting the great Lars Trabold, the world champion from Denmark, who says, the one who sleeps the most wins the most, which is also a good one.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you have to be...
And I'm not the only one who picked up on your quote. Daniel Sørensen also says, great quote, it's not enough to be a good player, you have to play well. Yeah, it's a really, really good quote.
Yeah, I like it a lot. Yeah, but it's all like it's also part of the problem, especially for the establishment. I mean, back in the day, it's just laziness when you are on top and in the scene without the programs. I mean, there was McGreal's book and then Roberti's book, but the scene was pretty static. So then with just maintaining your level, you kept your advantage. And what the computer programs changed was then they brought a dynamic into it, and people getting better. And of course, out of sheer laziness, some players fell behind. Or there's also this thing called cognitive dissonance. So you're a good player, and you have been for 10 years beating up on the competition. It really hurts that all of a sudden there are other guys coming up. So your brain struggles to realize that, and it's just not nice. And so that's another reason why you fall behind, because you just don't want to acknowledge the new facts, the new environment.
Yes, it was also very clear in the poker landscape. I would say it was the same thing when the online boom happened. You had a lot of players who were all of a sudden able to make money online, but then after a couple of years, competition toughened up, and it took a while for people to realize that they didn't have an edge anymore.
Yeah, it happens everywhere where there's competition going on. I mean, ask the CEO of Nokia, for example, when they were dominating the market, and then they just slept through the smartphone thing, and boom.
Yes.
So
exactly. A textbook example.
Yeah.
You got to stay ahead of the curve. And what do you think about the current landscape in backgammon, Dirk? The level of the players.
Okay, I have quite a special perspective, because since I paused for almost 15 years, so I entered the scene, and I really didn't know if I now maybe was a really bad player, because everybody improved so much. But what I found out is that, let's say, on the middle level, not on the very top, where players got a lot better than we were back in the day, maybe, or not a lot, but a little bit. But in the middle, where I think the changes were not so drastic, because even if you have really great tools, you still have to use them and work on your game. So if you're a recreational player and you have other things in life that are more important, it's still very difficult to become a really strong player, because what it takes is deliberate practice.
Yeah,
so, and if you don't do that, no matter how good the tools are, it's still hard to become a first-class backgammon player.
Okay, that's a cool perspective. So the middle of the pack has improved a lot, but at the tails of the distributions.
but not that much as I was expected.
Okay.
That's my point, because people just don't have time for so much deliberate practice. For them, it's a hobby.
But you're talking about the tails of the distribution, right? The highest level
has improved, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say.
Okay, we're getting going
We're
now
back.
with match number
Yeah.
6. I just showed here that Mochy had improved, updated his Google Sheet, so we see the average PR is 4.0 for Kazuki and 5.3 for Sebastian, and the score is now tied at 4-4. So it's really, it's a great comeback from Wilkinson, and we have a good match at our hands.
Yeah, and now we can all, since it's halfway through, so to get below 4 for Sebastian, he has to play the second half significantly below 3. Is that correct? Yeah.
I think so, yes.
Yeah. So that it'll be tough, but he can do it. Okay, so far we still don't see the transcription screen.
No, they didn't get
stream. That's really sad.
Yes, they didn't get it fixed. Damn it.
Maybe they can do it for tomorrow at least. I mean, this is the last match of today.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, but we are still at 0 PRs for the match, so we didn't miss anything.
Yeah.
So far. This was probably the right move as well. So, and that has to be right to attack now. Okay, hitting and going to the 11, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect game so far by both players. Now we come to a decision, but I think you have to get in on the 4-point, and then 10-8 is the only reasonable use. So it wasn't such a big decision, actually.
Yeah. You need that spare checker on the 21 point, so it's ready to jump out and preserve mobility.
Absolutely.
6-4. That's a decision.
Yeah. I don't. Maybe an overplay, but let's see.
Yeah, it's an error. It's not the best play. You don't want to leave those, how many is it, 13 hitting shots.
Yeah, because
at the same time as your
after
back
that your prime might crumble. You don't have so many spares to play if you get hit. That is.
Yeah, and you're exposed to 2 places at the same time. You're getting blitzed, and you have 13 shots in the outfield.
So Sebastian continues to play perfectly.
Yes. That's
5-1, great shot. So he gets rewarded by good rolls as well, which is nice. So maybe he should pause now to at least have a look.
This is funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Blitz versus prime position.
Yeah, but so what is his market? If he rolls a 6 and it's just borderline, but rolling a 6 and Kazuki staying out would be definitely a market loser, I suppose. And so he's thinking very good that he takes his time. He doesn't know that it's basically a borderline decision.
Yeah, it's completely borderline.
So he should take his time.
It's such an easy take for Kazuki because he still has 3 checkers trapped behind the 5 prime.
Yeah, and Kazuki would be really disappointing now if he drops this cube with his prime.
Yeah, I think he will manage to find a take here.
Yeah, but he has been a little bit too shy in general.
I think it's been more with
passive.
Yeah,
he
takes
takes
it.
Yeah, great,
I think he's been passive with his own doublings.
Yeah, that's true. His takes were not too passive. It was just he missed a lot of good doubles. That was his main flaw so far. Is that fair to say?
I would say so, yes.
So great number. 6 is clear, and then ace is nice play.
Yes.
Preparing to make the 6 prime.
I can see that Stenik Siska just logged on the live stream. I think that Stanek will be the next contender in the Mochy series. Probably going to take on the winner of this Mochy challenge.
Yeah. So we will get some really
double sixes.
Double sixes. Oh, okay. So 1 6 out would be clear, I think. So then we have, just go for gold now. I mean, priming moves are really not. I mean, you are not concerned anymore that you won't be able to escape your back checkers because it's only one. So just go for the gammon.
Yeah. In my book From Basics to Badass, I made the calculations on how many rolls it takes, the whole distribution of rolls it takes to escape primes. I don't know if you saw it.
I read the book, but I can't remember the distribution.
Let me just. I don't remember it completely either. Let me just pick up the book from my shelf.
Too bad. Because the other point is even now. Oh shit! He gets punished so badly by his poor play. Kazuki rolls the Joker, and now we are completely. It's everybody's game again.
He didn't find the right double six. I was just
and got punished by Kazuki rolled the 2-6 and
wow.
Now
wow.
So that was cruel. I mean,
so now we have a prime versus prime on our hands.
Yeah, with the cube on Kazuki's side. So he makes the 4-point. Good play. Aces are duplicated. Oh, he would have liked that 6-1. And now it's a 5-4. Okay. Yeah, now he's already an underdog.
Yeah, he's lacking the timing here in a prime versus prime battle.
Yeah.
Where he has a slight disadvantage in the timing. Even though positionally you want your prime to be as far advanced as possible. If you just evaluate on pure prime power, but the thing is, the further advanced your prime is, the less timing you usually have. So this is actually a really close position, this one.
Yeah, and cube possession means so much in those types of positions. So I think that's also increases Kazuki's advantage by a lot.
Good point.
To be the owner of the cube.
Yeah. Especially at this score 0-0.
Very good play. Just not leaving anything. A6.
That's a huge shot.
And I don't know what he's thinking.
Me neither.
Just enjoying the side of it.
Just slow rolling his opponent. Okay, so he has to step up.
Step up, and does he have a take anyhow? No matter what he does, I don't think so. Actually,
it's a pass.
Okay, here it comes. So it doesn't matter, but at least he should step up. I guess.
Yeah. The key to this position is that Kazuki achieved full freedom with his back checkers, while Wilkinson is still getting both primed and blitzed. Yeah. There it is, the 4 cube, very strong cube,
and
it's a big pass.
Big pass.
And I think he's gonna find the pass quite easily here. If you go through the numbers, you will see. Yeah, there it is. Easy pass.
Actually, when I see the stream on Facebook, that's pretty far behind of what I see on YouTube.
Yes, it's because Facebook puts in a 15-second delay on live
okay,
broadcasting.
but people, the sound is not delayed or anything.
No.
Everything is fine. Okay.
Yes. I just have the Facebook stream running as well. Remember to mute the browser tab, so you don't get the double sound. Just to see the comments coming, and we had a good one from the legendary Falafel, who writes. It seems these days that all the quote-unquote good players easily play a 3 or better.
Okay.
So he's kind of joking with the same point we were discussing before.
Yeah.
It's not that easy to play a 3 in backgammon. Yeah. Wow, double 3s. Kazuki takes his hands to his head. He's thinking.
Mhm.
How do you play this one, Dirk?
Since the cube is in the center, but I would make the prime. Yeah, I think. I mean, especially since Wilkinson already made his 3 and 2 points,
Yeah.
so with going into the priming game, this is just such a commanding advantage that Sebastian cannot counter because of the liability, because of his points in his inner home board. So in almost any variation, I mean, if Sebastian doesn't roll something like a double deuces, Kazuki will be having a very strong cube afterwards.
Yeah, he should, as Mochy likes to call it, take the challenge the opponent to a priming battle, and that's exactly what he does here.
Yeah, and game over. I mean, I can't see a take no matter what he does.
Yeah, it's almost too good because the volatility is so low.
Because it's so hard for Sebastian to regain his market.
Yeah, it's and volatility is.
Yeah, it's too good, very slightly. So, but that's the only question. But still, technically, Kazuki did the right thing in doubling, even if he knew it was slightly too good, because you never know when your opponent hallucinates or does something crazy. So
yes, good point. Easily a good cube in practice.
And we had it once, I think, where Kazuki cubed and Sebastian, I think in the second match, took a cube that was actually slightly too good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but here PRs so far, very good. And
okay, this one.
Okay, this is interesting. Yeah. I mean, I would have played bar 18, but
really
it's
no big deal. But you have this very strong duplication playing 11 to 5 with a force.
Yeah, that's.
And you also have a strong duplication playing 13 to 7 with the 6s.
Yeah, 13 to 7. I don't like if I only have 4 checkers on the midpoint. If I can unstack the midpoint, I'm more prone to do it. But
good point.
Okay, make the bar, I guess. Yep, yes. Good play.
Good PR so far, both around a 2.
And now cover and split.
Yeah, easy one. That's not even a decision. Aha!
And make the 4 and the 3, I guess.
I think the 5 is slightly better here. Yes.
Okay. So
it's one of those. It's one of those positions where structure trumps distribution.
Flexibility. Yeah.
Yeah, flexibility. Yes.
Okay.
Aha.
Okay.
He has a lot. He has a couple of variations here with the double deuces. It's pretty strong, just making the 2 point in his face.
Making the deuce point seems to be, and then if he stays out, oh no, you don't do it.
But you also have the double hit variations. It's really a complicated move. This one.
Yeah, but a complicated move, but still a benign, difficult move, because the best moves are also close equity-wise, so you can't make a big mistake.
Yes. And I like the way Seb he played it. He just kept it simple. Just make the deuce point, and no need to complicate things any further.
Was it such an easy pass? I couldn't look at the position well, but it was a pass.
It was a huge pass, yes.
Yeah, huge pass.
The blitz value was simply too strong. 4-point board. Yeah. And there was
another blood exposed.
Exactly. There was a market losing sequence. Double 3s. I think he will know how to play this one. Yes, and yes.
Yeah, correct. So good play by both of them so far throughout the whole match. Your running seems to be the only reasonable choice. Making the bar, again, a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Nothing fancy
No.
here.
If you had some flexible moves, you could consider leaving the blood on the 14
Yeah.
because of the strip midpoint, but there isn't, so just play it to 14 to 8.
And now clear the midpoint. Yep.
Pretty solid position now for Wilkinson.
Yeah, threatening to make a 4 prime,
Ooh,
but
that's a good one.
Kazuki should jump out just like.
Definitely, that's a good shot. Really, really good shot. He gets
Yeah.
on the other side of the avalanche.
And at least if he gets hit, Sebastian cannot make an inner board point like
Yes,
the 3
all
1.
aces are duplicated.
He has to hit.
Yes, he's thinking
And,
about the 3.
10-7 is
Good
the
move.
most flexible
Yeah.
3, so
The anchor still has a lot of value with the stacks on the 6 and 8.
yeah.
Wow, double aces.
So
The first 3
come in,
are
make
easy.
the 5, and
Yes.
then look for the last
Yes.
deuce.
XG wants to slot.
It's 8 to 7. So for
Yes.
humans, it's again very difficult to expose.
I think you can
other
find it.
blots.
Yes.
Yeah, great
Well
play,
played.
Kazuki. You really
Good play.
super sharp today.
Yes, he is. Impressively sharp. All the 3s are duplicated. That's the thing.
Yeah.
All the 3s are duplicated over here to make inner boards, inner points.
Yeah.
And
I
he's
was just about again to ramble about psychology or making those plays, but he just nailed it.
yes,
Very good.
and actually Wilkinson as well. He didn't have to think long about rejecting the hit there with 5-3.
Yeah. So we see an excellent match so far.
Indeed. 4-5.
For 5.
Again, a structure versus distribution problem. And
Yeah,
again,
but this time it's, I think, clear because, I mean, since the 8 point and the 2 point cannot be part of the same prime, it's just, I mean, you visualize the prime from the 8 to the 3, so
exactly.
that's why
Exactly. The deuce point is not part of that prime.
yeah.
So what about this 2-1? He doesn't want to leave any shots.
Yeah,
There's a
because,
Fundamental rule of thumb that says you don't want to be exposed in 2 sides of the board at the same time. So when you're under attack here with 1 man back, you really don't want to put that blood in the outfield.
So maybe, and we have the right solution right in front of our eyes. 8 to 5,
Yes.
as ugly as it looks,
Uh-huh.
gains first prize, but again difficult to see. And
Yeah.
fortunately for Kazuki, the differences are not big, no matter what you do. So
Yeah.
he won't make a big mistake here.
I predict that he will play 13 to 11 and 8 to 7.
So, by the way, that is another luck factor about PRs. Now we had a couple of complicated plays where the difference, but yet the differences between the top choices were very small, so you cannot make a huge mistake.
Mhm.
Oh, great roll, makes the 5 point and 6 to 3 with 2 checkers, I suppose.
I guess so, yes. Because the 5 prime is simply so strong, you don't want to give that up, even though it's ugly to put those stilly builders on the 3 point.
And now also we have to be aware of cube action, I think.
Aha. It looks like an easy take.
Yeah, but
Wilkinson
still the
is
threats
down.
are big. I mean, the market losers are pretty big.
Yeah.
And there is also some gammon involved. I mean, this is not a pure
Indeed.
prime position. You can
Indeed.
also blitz
Oh,
that
he
one
plays-
checker.
He plays a little bit too tight there.
Yeah.
This is too
Yeah.
stiff. A better
I
play
think-
would have just been...
Yeah, very. I mean, I like the double. I don't know if it's correct, but I would have done it. And it's a huge
a
double
huge
because
double.
of the volatility, the gammons,
Yeah.
and the matched score.
Exactly. You have the high numbers coming out, the 5 and the 6s, and you have the low numbers working on your own side of the board. And especially 4-1 and double 1, and the high doubles are huge market losers.
So if you manage to close out the one checker, you are a big favorite to win a gammon, actually.
Yes, because he still has 6 checkers in the outfield.
Yeah. And all the crossovers from the midpoint.
Yeah, this is a good cube. He's definitely
Yeah.
putting his opponent on the spot here.
Yeah.
Kazuki has to think hard and
Yeah,
deep.
and it's not easy to see the take because you visualize the blitz and all the gammons and
Yeah.
There are two key features for Kazuki here. The fact is he still has a lot of prime value himself, priming those two checkers, and Wilkinson's weakness in flexibility with his spare checkers in his distribution. Wow, he passed.
Yeah, but understandable mistake. I mean, psychologically again.
Yeah.
I mean, I cannot fault him too much, but this swings the dynamic because now Sebastian is 3 down, 5 away, 4 away, not much, but now took a commanding lead in the PR contest for this match.
I assume that Mochy has to tell them what the PRs were in this match, in this game, so Kazuki must know that he just passed the take.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But they didn't look. They didn't look like they were reacting to anything. Maybe.
Yeah. So maybe it's a misinformation that they get the PRs. Okay, he's
because
just
Mochy told me
insta-cubing
himself.
here. Is that slightly down? It's borderline. It's borderline.
Yeah.
But now you see how the momentum shifted. Like Sebastian really is confident now.
Yes. I like that cube. Again,
radiates a lot of confidence and.
Yes.
And he gets also rewarded because it's a market-losing sequence, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So now we could really get into a situation where Kazuki stays on the bar.
Good move.
Cannot improve his PR.
Yeah. Good move.
Yeah, and also strong blitzing move and putting pressure on the other blot.
Yes. Yeah, that cube Kazuki just passed, it was definitely a position where you have blunder potential. Like some positions are very low, have a very low probability that the opponent will fuck it up, and this one was one of those where there's a big probability that the opponent will make a mistake when you cube him.
So first mistake by Sebastian in a long time.
Yes, why would he give up that direct shot next turn?
Yeah. And also with 13-8, which would have been correct, he brings more material down to the 3-point as well.
Exactly. This checker on the 10-point, it just reaches the 4-point, not the 3-point.
Yeah, 6 is clear, and bringing a checker to the zone is also good. So good play again. So regained his footing, and that was a crucial roll.
Yes, big swing on that fan.
And 5-4, there probably you have to make the 4-point.
Yeah,
you cannot hit with 2 blots. No, I have to make the 4-point.
It's a good roll.
Hope for the best.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tempting to hit 2 checkers. I mean, if it had been only with 1 blot, then probably it had been right to deny the possibility of an anchor.
Yeah.
He anchors up. So now we are back into the action.
Crucial roll from Kazuki here.
So 6 is
he's in the game.
It's almost forced. Good roll from Sebastian. Still, gammon chances are very high now.
He really wants to enter fast here. Oi, that was a blunder. You got to run all the way. Yes.
Yeah. Because of the rolls like double 4s is terrible. I mean, this lonely checker is behind, like not a real prime, but there are really bad numbers.
Yes, exactly. I think the double 4, that's what makes it a blunder. But even also just strategically, you want to get that checker as far back home as possible while your opponent is on the bar, because the moment he enters, then you don't want to get stuck on the 18-point.
There it is, by the way.
Haha, there it is. Wow, it's ugly. Oof, that's ugly.
Yeah. So
that's one.
Is there anything else but clearing the 2 points and hope for the best?
I don't think so. I think this is the ugliest roll we've seen in the Mochy challenge so far. A complete cruncher.
He said crucial. Okay. So.
We got a lot of wow.
16-10 and 7-4 maybe, or I would have done this, but I'm not sure. Mistake.
Small one.
Okay.
I think. I think it was a small mistake. Aha, so does he split for contact? The problem with splitting to the 20 point, not splitting, going to the 20 point is that your opponent, you leave too many good numbers for the opponent to just hit, pick and pass or build.
I mean, black still has got the stronger board, so
yes, that's true.
You have to, which is not too difficult looking at white's board.
Yeah. So what about this one? You just simply stack up, don't leave any shots.
No, I would actually try to get one checker home to the. No, you have to stack up.
That's a blunder.
It's actually quite safe because the fours don't play. I didn't see that.
Exactly.
I mean,
you have no bad numbers.
No bad numbers. It's not as bad.
It's a zero position.
And threes you can play very well. Deuces are bad, but you still have got one deuce left.
Yeah, it's what Mochy calls a zero position. It's a position that doesn't have any shot leaving numbers.
Yeah.
Which is quite nice in a Baron versus contact. Now he should think about the split.
Yeah.
I think now it makes sense.
For future shot equity, he should.
And even the 6-5. Look at the 6-5.
Yeah.
He should definitely make the split here.
Yeah.
Split for contact. It's a clear play.
I think he will find it. Find it.
It's a tactical thing. Like when your opponent rolls the 6-5 next turn, you really want to get that double shot rather than just a single shot.
Or even if he rolls something safe, and maybe next roll you want to split.
Yes.
And don't find and now the problem that occurs if he doesn't roll a 2 or a 3 in the next roll where he definitely want to split, then he just that
was a bad play.
Especially, I'm losing my voice here. Sorry. Especially since Kazuki, I saw him being very good on the technical part of the game so far.
Yeah,
I'm really surprised by this one.
Yes, exactly. It's such a basic move here, splitting for contact.
Yeah, now he cannot do it.
Nope. Oh, that's your phone, Dirk.
I've got a phone call.
You can mute your Skype phone if you want to pick it up.
Yeah, I will put off the mic a sec.
That was a lucky shot Wilkinson got here. We're playing with a touch move, that's why he's thinking. So obviously that's the too easy. Yeah, there it is. He opts for the clearing play, which is a mistake. It's a mistake. He want to win the gammon, and the gammon race is quite close. So he should take on a little bit of risk, leaving the spare checker on the 4 point and just taking off 2 checkers rather than 1. Yep, it cost him a full roll because now he has 2 checkers off rather than 3. So that could be a decisive decision that Wilkinson didn't take off 2 checkers with the double deuces. And he leaves a shot. Wow. He leaves a shot. Classical dilemma. Do you take a checker off or do you hit? And here it's very clear to hit because he gets the 3rd checker off, so there's basically no gain in getting a 4th checker off. So of course it's better to hit and try to get your opponent to enter on a higher point, and you also win more gammons with a hit. Kazuki hits the re-hit, and all of a sudden Kazuki is winning this game. Wow, this could be a redouble. There it is! He didn't need any thinking time. The thing is that Wilkinson just has 3 checkers off, and it's not enough. As we know from the rules of thumb, if Wilkinson has 5 checkers off and the rest of his checkers crunched to his low points, then we have a 50-50-ish position. So in this case, with just 3 checkers off, and each checker off means about 8%. So with just 3 checkers off and trapped behind a full prime, it was just a slotted 5 prime, slotted to the 6 prime, but definitely a big pass here.
So I see nothing happened while I was away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wilkinson made a slightly weak bear off move. He had the choice to bear off aggressively with 2 checkers, with a double deuces, and he chose just to take out one, which was a 40 error, and then he was unlucky to leave a shot which Kazuki hit and insta redoubled him when Wilkinson had 3 checkers off and had to pass.
Yeah, his take point was still like, what is it? What does he have now? 26% or something. So his take point wasn't especially low or anything.
Yeah. Oh, there's a cube. Okay, it's on the weak side, aggressive side.
Yeah. But
it's a little bit too loose.
Yeah, it's not enough threats. I mean, because Kazuki has a very solid position and not a lot of exposure.
And now we see a very optimistic blitz going on with the last spare checker here from the 6 point hitting on the deep deuce point.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure that was the right idea.
Yeah, I haven't seen the transcription stream, so
no, we can't see it. There it is. Yeah, it was a mistake.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have made. He doubled too aggressively, and he made a too optimistic and weak blitz move.
Yeah, it was consistent at least, but if that continues, this consistency, we might Kazuki might get a chance to sneak into this 1 PR point range, which would give him a tie in the PR challenge.
Kazuki needs to play well from here on off.
Yeah, and he does so far.
Yes.
So a great roll. He now anchor up and hit.
Yeah. Definitely. Perhaps he continues his weak blitz and brings 2 checkers down. No. He finds the right move.
Yeah.
Oof.
Double.
That's gotta be a good shot.
That has to be a
How
nice
do you play
one.
it though?
How do you play it? Get it all the way. Not. I mean, I saw it already. I was torn between. My first choice would have been just no.
That's okay.
That's the wrong plan actually, because the midpoint is not so difficult to clear.
Yes, especially when you have the 7 point.
And now
and you have the stacks and everything.
You seared a communication link. We are back now. Now it's some blitzing potential again.
Dirk, I think I just messed up with 1 second. I paused my stream for 1 second. Could you pause yours for 1 second as well?
Yeah, of course. No problem.
Thanks. Yeah, Kazuki really needs to enter here.
Yeah.
There it is.
So,
that's a pretty
by
good
the way,
roll.
we've got an even race almost.
Yeah.
So
getting hit could be costly, but of course.
But he has to go for it.
Yes, of course.
Playing maybe not. Yeah, 13-9 actually doesn't leave any extra shots, so maybe he just.
That would be a cool move.
8-5. 39 is too big, it seems. He finds the right move. So
you're still you're 1 second ahead of me still, Dirk. Can you give me 1 more second?
Yeah, I will give you 2, and let's see. Okay, next time he rolls, I will tell you when I see the roll. I see it now.
Yeah, 4-1.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I think
we are synchronized again. So yeah,
that's a good shot.
Cover everything.
Yeah, that's a good shot. What is he thinking about? Is he counting the race, or the cube is already in play? He hasn't seen it yet. I think he hasn't seen it. Maybe he's thinking about making the 4 point or something.
Everything's fine.
There it is.
Fine.
Yeah, he saw it. Perhaps he was using his time to count the pips.
Kazuki probably should make the 3 point.
I think so. Yes. I think it's better to make the 3 point than making the 4 point and playing 8-3.
Because of flexibility and anyhow. Yeah.
And he doesn't want to come out to a triple shot when he's outboarded and the race is even.
So blitzing, sure.
Of course.
Of course. What's your game plan after 13-5? I mean, you have to go for gold now.
Attack, blood, prime, and anger.
Yeah, even at double match point, it would be the right play.
Yes, this is such an easy move. I don't think he should spend. He already did. He spent one of his time banks on this move.
Yeah, but
it's such an easy move.
As long as he finds the right play, maybe he wants to make sure that he hasn't overlooked anything.
Yeah, but these time banks are precious. This isn't a difficult decision. At least not in my eyes. Perhaps it's one of those things where it's subjective in backgammon to whatever is difficult. But this is in my eyes very easy move. He does find the right move good.
And I guess Kazuki has to step out now and hope for the best.
Yes, come out. Go for the escape. If he misses the double shot, Wilkinson, he will have achieved full freedom. Nope. He gets the hit.
And hit and bring the checker in to have another cover, yes.
I think it's close, right? Okay, it is the best one to bring it to the 9, but it's pretty close to bring it down to the 10.
Okay, crucial fan.
Ooh. Wilkinson wants to cover.
Yeah, so now Kazuki is in big trouble.
Yes, he needs to enter fast. And he has the Joker double 4. Nope.
Okay, bad number. Doesn't do anything. So now he has to look for duplication stuff. He needs 4s and 5s to escape. So it should use 3s and 6s to cover, I would say. Yes. Yeah, here it is. Yeah.
That's
so he missed on the... He duplicated his good numbers.
Yes, exactly. That's the thing. This was a tactical position where he needs to use his brain. That's when you want to use your time bank. Not the strategic ones. They should be just already implemented.
Bingo.
Wow! Wow, there it is. There was the Joker.
Has to play it as safe as possible. I mean, 3 are clear, and then the 4th one, or aren't they clear? 3 hit and cover, and then look for the last one, right?
That's very clear, yes. So it's only the last 4. But as they play with touch move, Kazuki is going to take his time here. He's probably going to spend his second last time bank.
Yeah, but what I don't understand, although they play with touch move, I mean, there's no harm in just hitting that checker because there's simply no variation.
I agree.
We don't hit the checker, so they really exaggerate on this touch move thing. I think I never see them do so to split up the move, like making the forced numbers first, and because this is basically forced to hit and to cover, and then making it easier for themselves to find the last.
Yeah, and of course, since the opponent has a 5-point board, we need to minimize shots, and that's what he was counting, and he realizes exactly that this play...
Oh, jokers all over the place.
After Kazuki played so deliberately and perfect, took his time. Yeah. That was a joker.
For the flow of the match, it would be, of course, better. I mean, it would be over if Kazuki wins, actually. So
yeah. I had Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practice at 12 o'clock, so...
Okay, what is the Brazilian part of it?
The Brazilian part of it, there was a great judo master from Japan who came to America in the late 19th century, and he started doing street fights for money, but according to Japanese tradition, you couldn't fight for money if you were a judo master, so he just imposed himself as a jiu-jitsu master, and then he went to South America, and the Brazilians picked up on his style, and he taught some Brazilians, and then Brazilians just developed the system to a new level, because in Japan they are still bounded by the traditional way of thinking, and there's a lot of traditions and respect, and in Brazil they don't give a shit, they just compete, so it developed into the strongest martial art.
Reflects a lot of the different minds on the different mindsets of people from those two countries.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, another crucial role coming up here. By the way, Sebastian should have stepped out with 2 checkers from the 5 points. He played 20 to 12, which was a significant error, I think.
It was quite an error, yes. Yeah. He missed out on that beautiful move where you jump out with both back checkers at the same time.
And now he's in trouble again. So go for everything. I mean, you are not afraid of getting Gammon, Sebastian. So just hope for the best that you survive this sequence.
Yes, he has the best inner board. You're
And
gonna leave the double shot on the 8 and 9 point anyway.
And you might get some returns.
Yes.
Also, threes are duplicated, so
And you
just
don't want to get
don't
stuck
stay
behind that
back,
prime.
yeah.
You really don't want to get stuck behind the prime. So I think he's gonna realize that he just needs to come out here.
Yeah, but it's a good use of the time bank, I think, because it's important, crucial, and the wrong play might be a big mistake. So I don't blame him for using his time bank on that particular move.
I agree, completely agree.
Yeah, especially if it's rewarded by the right play. Great
Well
play.
played, good play, Wilkinson. And now Kazuki really needs to step up. He really needs something now.
5-1. That is
That's a good
great
one.
number. Yeah,
That's a great
it's
one.
a tremendous number actually.
Yes.
And Wilkinson is one roll away from defeat here. Yes, that's
Let's
almost settled. And
Yeah.
another factor is now coming into play. Wilkinson is now within 1 PR point of Kazuki, so he won't win the PR point.
Yes,
we
and-
did pay attention to that because now
Exactly.
Kazuki can make moves.
Yes.
So that is crucial as well. So
Yes.
in every sense, that was a very bad sequence for Sebastian.
Yeah, unlucky. Here he gets
So-
some luck though. He gets to safety that checker on the 17 point, which hopefully is gonna give him more decisions.
Yeah, and
Oh,
okay, he doesn't do it, and he finds the
Ah,
right play.
good
That's
move.
great. Yeah, there are some
Of
bad
course.
numbers like 6-1.
Yes,
I mean
of
6-1
course.
and 6-2. Great play by Sebastian.
yes.
I mean, that's also good attitude. Although the game is almost lost, he really tries to squeeze out every bit of equity. Very good attitude here.
I agree.
I-
Very good
yeah.
play. I was too careless just talking about clearing that, but of course he doesn't care about losing a gammon.
So I'm really impressed by his comeback. I mean, of his level of play after the first match.
Yes, he did step up, luckily. That's a good roll. He can play this with no worries at all.
Yeah.
Since-
Make the prime and
hits loose.
yeah.
Beautiful roll.
Yeah.
And since Wilkinson doesn't have any prime of his own, there's nothing to
Yeah.
be scared of. He can just slot the 6 prime.
So surprisingly, after 5 matches, Kazuki will probably take the lead.
Yes,
in the challenge,
and he's
which
gonna-
nobody expected yesterday.
exactly. What a comeback from Kazuki, huh? He just cleaned up the table today. Just played safe. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to win a gammon. He doesn't need a fast baron, so he should just play as safe as possible. I think you should just play 2 from the 4 point here, right? Isn't that more safe than...
Yeah,
Yeah, good.
yeah, good play, but he is not in danger anymore of losing the PR challenge here if he wins this game. I mean, even if he makes a slight mistake, but that is
Small one.
not.
Yeah, he should just play it safe and...
Yeah, it
luckily-
wasn't completely safe, but he could have given Sebastian a chance to enter and
Yeah.
basically finish it off.
Now he has to clear the 4 point, I think. Or should he? Yeah, I guess it leaves more bad numbers if you clear the 5 point, right? So for that reason, I
Yeah.
think he should just clear the 4 point.
Yeah, it takes one more checker off, and
Yeah.
yeah.
But it's close.
Yeah.
Because you also
Yeah.
want to get your opponent to enter, and then the match is over.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Okay, so
There it is. Let's see if he enters.
And yeah, that looks like handshake.
Yeah, it is. It's a handshake. And Kazuki chopped off 0.3 of his PR there with that
Yeah.
baron. So
So
it's gonna be 1 point for Kazuki. So now he's up. He's up 5-4.
yep,
What a comeback from the Japanese.
yeah, and a lot more exciting matches to come now because it's really tomorrow could be already decisive if Kazuki continues to make some points. He could be in a commanding lead for the final day. So let's see what happens tomorrow.
Yes. So tomorrow they play at backgammongalaxy.com. 2 online matches. Let me just check the time schedule for that. It's here on backgammongalaxy.com/academy. You have the post of the Mochy challenge. Let me see. We have here match 7 and 8 is played at Backgammon Galaxy 1st of May at 19. That's 7 o'clock Japanese time. So that makes it Paris time here is -7 hours.
Midday.
So that's 12 o'clock midday, yes. Okay, for sure we're going to do a live stream on that as well. So make sure that you stay tuned in. Thanks a lot, Dirk, for joining me again as a commentator.
Yeah, again, it was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed it. So take care, guys, and hope you tune in tomorrow.
Yes, and we see here that Mochy is updating now the final score sheet. Sebastian is playing a 5.06 now as an average PR after 6 7-point matches. That's a very low level, and he will be disappointed. And Kazuki is averaging 4.05, which is also a bit disappointing, I would say. It's not that bad, but I think both players will be disappointed and looking for picking up their level and lowering their average PR from here on. And hopefully Mochy will upload the last 2 matches as well here in the spreadsheet. Okay, thank you, Dirk, and thank you for all the viewers. Make sure to stay tuned tomorrow when we broadcast again. And that's it for now. Take care. Bye.
Backgammon Pro Analysis.